As always, I love talking to you after a win last week. None bigger this season, and maybe one of the biggest ones in your 3 years now here at Northwest Rankin. For the first time in 6 meetings, we came out victorious over our South County rival, the Brandon Bulldogs. A big 28-14 win last week. As I always ask you, first off, your overall impressions of the game last Friday night.
Well, it's like you said, it's a big win on so many different levels. Not just because it's a top 10 matchup, but it's the county rivalry. This is a long-standing rivalry, and it's not just in football; it's in every other sport. And football being probably the most visible sport and the most followed sport by your high school. I think it's big for our program. It's big for our school. It's big for our kids. I think it's big for our community. So a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to get get that monkey off our back. And those guys can't say it's a rivalry where the same team wins every year. So we kind of got that out of the way, and enjoyed it for a couple of days. But it's been a stressful week because you're trying to get ready for a really, really good opponent.
Right. Coach, when you look back, and we'll stay on that game just a minute more, we've talked so much about the defense this year. Of course, the score was 28-14. They gave up one defensive touchdown, though. The other one was on a pick six. But defense only gave up little over 50 yards on the ground. Mm-hmm. That's an impressive stat when you look at a Brandon team that generally likes to run the ball, but our defense on the ground game just shut them down, basically.
Yeah, and that's we've talked about it every week. I think our defensively we've done a great job all year long of slowing run games down. I go all the way back to the Pearl game. Pearl more so than anybody else, runs the football and kind of hangs their hat on it. And I thought we did a good job that night of stopping that and making them throw the football to beat us. And I think we forced Brandon early on to abandon the run and, took it to the air. And, when you ask a sophomore quarterback to win a football game for you, odds are usually not in your favor. So I thought we played once again, I thought we played really good on defense. And, had several people that came up big, but I thought Justin Johnson had a huge night for us. That you talking about a team captain, a senior, a guy that, when college coaches come on this campus, they're not necessarily asking about Justin Johnson, but that's kind of the heartbeat of he's kind of the epitome of the identity of our defense. He's kind of a blue collar, roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty, let's get in there and get it done kind of attitude, kind of mentality. And that's kind of the way he approaches it. And I think that's the way our defense approaches every football game.
4 games in, and as an announcer, broadcaster, it's kind of become almost a given that if I can't tell for sure who's in on the tackle, I can throw 22 out there.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to be far off because he's either on it or in on it or
he's getting to it. Or he's getting to it, yeah.
So obviously a great job of him. Coach, again, offensively last week we put up 28 points. But maybe for the first time in the first 4 games, we've really seen some stats anyway out of all 3 of our really playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. Of course, Cameron Carroll, 200-plus yards on the ground. D. Baker had 100 and some odd yards on the ground with a 78-yard run. And then Jarian Jones, a couple of big catches with a touchdown, got an end zone play of the week this week. So those 3 guys, as you talked about early on, were going to be some keys to our offense, and all 3 have really contributed big this past week.
Oh, yeah, it's huge. Just D and Cameron alone, we went back and looked at the stats. D touched it 10 times. Cameron had 27, so 37 of 52 plays. Those 2 guys touched the football. Now, you'd like to be a little bit more balanced, but I've said it over and over and over. Our kids know it. Our coach staff knows it. We don't care who touches it. We're going to take what they're giving us. And Friday night, we felt really good about our run game. We thought it was effective. And, if you're able to run the football, you're running clock, you got a lead, you want to sit on that, you want to make sure that you get out of there with the win. So those 3 guys, we've talked about them all year long. When they touch the ball, good things happen. And they're not the only 3.
Right.
You still got Carson and Montel. I think Montel only had 1 catch. It was a big first down. And then you got Carson Banks there that maybe three receptions away from setting a new school record. And we'll come out of there with a win. And you got a kid.
He didn't touch the ball.
He didn't touch the ball. Didn't complain a bit. He was just as happy as anybody about getting the win. So that level of selflessness is going to carry us a long way. If they'll continue to maintain that, I think we've got something really special.
Coach, let's shift gears. Let's look at this week. Obviously, tonight we've got a big game. We begin region play. And anytime you get a region game, it's a big game. I know you talked to the players and basically said, all right, we're 0-0 again. We're starting over. Preseason, so to speak, is done. Now we start playing for postseason. We're playing against a Warren Central team that we've also had struggles beating the last few years. A team the same record as ours, 3-1. The same loss on their record as ours. They lost to Pearl 28-21. It's going to be a battle Friday night here at Cougar Field.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a dogfight. And Warren Central's one of those kind of teams, if you don't come out ready to play, they make you look really bad because they're a physical football team that run the football offensively, defensively. They're going to make you earn every yard you get. So, I mean, they've got guys that can run on both sides of the ball. And, you better get ready to play because those guys are going to be ready. Josh Morgan and his staff do an outstanding job of getting their kids ready to go. And they know, just like we know, the magnitude of the game. I mean, this is a huge game because, whoever wins this game has taken a huge step, not only in momentum, but on the record of getting themselves in the playoffs. And in this region, if you get in the playoffs, you've got a chance to do something big. It's just a matter of getting in. And you don't want to be one of the teams that gets left out.
Well, we call Region 2-6A and MHSA football the SEC West of Mississippi high school football, and that's kind of what we're looking at. And you don't want to discount any game. There are 8 teams in the region, and you've got to play all 7 of those 8 teams. But basically, we know there are 5 teams that are really on paper battling for 4 playoff spots. And Warren Central is one of those 5. We're one of those 5. So obviously, when we meet, the win in this game is huge towards end of season and going to a playoff game second week in November.
Absolutely. And I can promise you this, our kids know that, our coaching staff knows that, and Josh Morgan and all of his kids and coach staff know exactly the same. And that's what I told our kids yesterday. This game, I know the Brandon game and the Pearl game are big.
Sure.
But
that's for going to Walmart to church.
That's exactly right. This has a level of significance all to its own. I mean, it's much more significant than what we did last week. There's more riding on this game than any other game we've played this year. It could be one of the biggest games we play all year long.
Coach, we saw a quarterback change in the middle of the game last week. Obviously, Phillip Short's been a good quarterback for us for the first 3 games. Had some struggles a little bit early last week, and you made the decision to go with Jamari Jones. I'm not even going to ask you right now who's starting tonight. I know you're going to let me know, but will we see 2 quarterbacks? Will we see 1 quarterback? Is that something that we may decide series by series, play by play? What is your outlook?
Well, first off, it wasn't. The change that happened Friday night had been. We had determined he was going to see some action Friday night,
Gotcha.
irregardless, because he had 2 really, really good weeks of practice, and had really done some things those previous 2 weeks that we thought we would get from him, coming into the season, and thought he had 2 good weeks of practice, and his rep, the number of reps he got in practice went up and up and up, and wanted to reward the kid, and we wanted to give him some action in a meaningful game going into region play and just see how he handled it. And I know that's a mouthful to say, knowing that we were playing Brandon, which is a top 10 team. But if you don't find out now, you don't want to be experimenting during your region play. But as far as playing 2 quarterbacks throughout the season, we're going to evaluate it week by week. Yeah. I think both of them do some good things. I think both of them bring something different to the table. So I'm very pleased with them. If they'll buy into this and kind of accept their role, I think our football team's better for it.
Well, and Jamari had one great play, scored a touchdown in the game the other night on a bad snap. And a lot of times that would be something, especially a quarterback not seeing much action, would panic. He didn't. Of course, I made the statement he got a gratuitous bounce. Footballs don't always bounce where you want it to, but it bounced right back up to him. He was able to take it, find a gap, and score a touchdown on the play. So obviously a good start with that. Coach, when you look at the game tonight, obviously we're in 4 games. We had a week off, but then we had a tough game last week. Health-wise, do we have any nagging injuries, anything really that we're worried about?
No, we're in good shape, and that's knock on wood. We want to keep it that way, but we haven't had anything. So we got some we know we got a cast or two, or we may have sore ankle, or whatever. But that's to be expected in this, playing this schedule at this juncture in the season. So, if we can keep them healthy and keep our depth where it is right now, we can make some noise.
Coach, last thing I want to ask you about, you always talk about if you win a coin toss, you want the ball. Last week, if I remember correctly, you won the coin toss, but you didn't take the ball.
No, I didn't.
I've got to ask you, of course, Brandon took the ball, and they marched down the field all the way down inside the 10-yard line before we forced the fumble, and then we take it and go the other way. During part of that march, were you kind of saying, I wish I'd taken the ball?
No, actually I wasn't. And I'll tell you, I usually do. And when I went to that coin toss, I'm thinking, if I win, I'm taking the ball. And for whatever reason, when the coin was flipped, and the guy asked me, because I won the coin toss, he asked me what I wanted, and I deferred, came out. And looking back on it, it's perfect, because it should be doing that anyway, because our defense is playing so well this year. And give them the chance to go out there and get a stop, and then you get the ball coming out of the half.
Right.
And it worked out perfect, because we did get the second. We did score on the second half drive, but did we score right before halftime?
Yes.
I think maybe to either tie it up, or I don't remember how it worked out, but we got the victory, so
Right.
it doesn't really
That's
matter.
what matters.
I may need to do that every
It
time.
just don't
now.
change.
Yeah.
Coach Sloper and I were talking about that with the pregame music. It all works. We're not changing.
Yeah.
Kincaid's Fine Clothing in Ridgeland always brings you the Coach Hart Show. Coach, I thought my third year here with Madison Central, the biggest crowd I believe I've ever seen in the jungle.
Well, concentrating on the game, but I know that it felt big coming out. You don't really know what it is, but the atmosphere felt big, and that's what we wanted when we scheduled this. We're hoping that we'll get that out of the game, and I think we did, and I think it may be great in the future.
Coach, you talked about penalties, and we talked about the big atmosphere, the big crowd. You talked about penalties, and maybe that was the part of this big game jitters, maybe those types of things. It was good to get this kind of game under your belt, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You think about penalties. The first play of the game, we'd gone over play one for 3 consecutive days, and on play one, somebody goes out on the field that's not supposed to. So I think that we might have kind of got caught up in the nerves of the thing, and it had to settle down a little bit. But we still playing some young guys, and they're good, and they're getting better, and they'll learn how to adapt to that atmosphere.
Coach, defensively, I thought you won the football game. Only gave up about 43 yards, first down from actually one earned first down, a couple from penalties for Pearl, but your defense just swarming to the ball. It seems like one man gets there, and then here comes a pack of Jags right at him. Talk about defense and the way that they're playing right now. Just flying to the football, gang tackling, and boy, they really, really put Pearl back on their heels.
That's what we expected. We got an old group there. We got a good group there. That we knew coming back into this season that we had that potential, and that's a high character group of kids, and a group of kids that play hard and play well together. They're coachable, and they just go out for every Friday night and just throw it out there, and you don't ever have to worry about the type of effort and the focus you're going to get from those guys.
I thought special teams wise they were a little better than us, maybe not necessarily personnel wise, but just the way the game went. That was a large part to do with why we had a hard time getting to the end zone. I think it was about 4 or 5 times they had us pinned on the 1 or inside the 2. Their punter did an outstanding job. Their coverage team did a good job. That was a definite disadvantage. They were able to flip the field on us most of the night.
Yeah, we've got to catch the punts. That's something that we didn't have trouble with the first 3 ball games, and Friday night we didn't catch the punts. And that's one thing that we've spent a lot of times talking about this week is catching the punt. If you catch the punt, I think we lost 60 yards of offense by letting the ball hit the ground, and we're not going to let that happen anymore. We're going to catch the punts.
Obviously, it's a couple of big field goals attempted, just couldn't get them done this week. I know they're working on that as well, working with Cale and working with John Martin, trying to make that team better. And I know Coach Davis works hard on that too, doesn't he?
He does, and part of the problem with the kicker is not always the kicker. It's the execution of the snap and the hole sometimes in front of him, and we didn't do a good job on that part of the game. And it always seemed like it's his fault, but it wasn't in this case. We didn't do a very good job of setting it up for him.
Unfortunately, the kicker gets the spotlight. He's the hero if it goes through. He's not if it doesn't, but that's part of that position. We'll continue here with the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Hello, Jags. I'm Mary Hawkins Butler, and I am honored to be your mayor. I'm your biggest fan. Not only do you compete athletically, but also academically. Oh, we are so proud of you. You compete locally, you compete regionally, and nationally. We know that the time is now. You can make your mark. Go out and get it. Nothing is impossible. We're behind you and we love you.
You made a promise to teach, to provide, to make time, to play, to protect, to give every opportunity. You made a promise, and we're here to help you keep it. Bank Plus, it's more than a name, it's a promise.
Home. It's where you take your time. Build the future. Make your memories. Celebrate. Come home. Alpha Insurance.
For the best agents in the business, call Michael King in Madison. Independent Roofing Systems believes in doing the job right the first time. No shortcuts. Licensed and bonded, Independent Roofing installs various roof systems, including built-up roofs, single-ply roofs, modified bitumen roofs, architectural standing seam metal roofs, and tile roofing, plus specialty solutions like sprayed foam roofing, roof coatings, below-grade waterproofing, and paver systems, Energy Star and garden roof systems. For 24-hour on-call service on your commercial roofing need, call Independent Roofing Systems and get it done right the first time.
Welcome back to the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com. Super Talk Mississippi 97.3 is always brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing. Coach, going back on the road for the second time, getting ready to go crosstown rival over to Clinton. Pretty balanced team. They're 2-2. They're last year's 6A state champs. We played them for the North State last year, and bad snap came down to end our game. This is a real old rivalry. And obviously, we're going to have to go out and play well. We open district play Friday night.
We are. We're going to have to, get over last week. We don't need to have that hangover from last week because I know that loss was tough on our guys, tough on our staff, tough on our whole organization because we felt like we may have dropped one we shouldn't have. But we've got to overcome that, and we've got to get region play in our mindset because I said all last week if I had to choose between beating Pearl and Clinton, I'd take Clinton because that's a region ball game that counts.
Absolutely. Somewhat balanced football team, average about 230 in the air, 124 rushing the ball. Hunter Halsey, about a 70% passer there. He's got 230 all-purpose yards per game, throwing about 6 touchdowns. They've got some receivers that can get it done. This is a ball team that Madison Central is really going to have to be able to go out and control both parts of the ball game, receiving and rushing.
Yeah, they're kind of like us. They had major losses on offense. Have folks coming back on defense, and it's just going to be a game where we're going to have to take care of our business and be sound in what we do on the defensive side because I know we're going to got to protect the football and be smart.
Coach, I know this week you've focused, I'm sure, putting Pearl out of your mind. It's a brand new season. That's the way we approach it right now, isn't it?
Talked about it Monday, and we're done with Pearl. We're getting on the region play. We got these region ball games, and that's what sets up the postseason, and that's what we're going to concentrate on.
Coach, as always, it's a pleasure to visit with you during game week, and looking forward to the students, the players, the coaches, and everybody. Just wish you and the Jags the best of luck. Let's go into Clinton and get region play started and start this brand new season.
Thank you.
Thank you. You've been listening and watching the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. We'll return to the field after this timeout.
When you put team first, you'll always come out a winner, like the team at Patty Pack Honda. They've made Patty Pack your #1 volume Honda dealer in the state of Mississippi. Perfect prices, incredible inventory, and superior service. That's the Patty Pack promise, and that's what you'll get every time you buy at Patty Pack. Plus, get Patty Pack's lifetime powertrain warranty with your new Honda or premium pre-owned. Patty Pack Honda is the people's choice. Shop in person and online. PattyPackHonda.com.
Time now for the Patty Pack starting lineup. Tonight's offensive starters: 11, Josh Colefield; 8, Miles Hobson; 1, Cam White; 14, Jimmy Holiday; 16, Luke Robertson; 2, Tucker Richmond; 71, Gabe Ross; 64, Zion Crockett; 58, Martin Leineberger; 63, Jamie Upton; 50, Ben Killens; 37, Kale Nation. Tonight's defensive starters: 52, Zach Causey; 44, Tay Berry; 5, Lawson Stockett; 10, Truett Bourne; 9, Kobe Cole; 17, Peyton Gray; 1, Cam White; 6, Shakobia Luckett; 34, Cameron Moore; 4, Kirkland Trahan; 24, Kenneth Indebelly; 99, John Martin Pazak.
Back here at Arrow Field in the Rusty Haley pregame show, brought to you by Rusty Haley, your nationwide insurance agent here in Madison, as we get set for Clinton Arrows and the Jaguars district play. About 8 minutes away from here, and we'll get a quick look at our starting lineups for the Jaguars. I'll give them to you for Clinton right now. I could do those for you here for just a second. On offense, at left tackle, it'll be Kadarius Burton, number 57, a senior. At left guard, Jacoby McLaurin, number 72, a sophomore. Cody Harrigill will snap the ball for the Arrows. He wears number 77, and he is a senior. Right guard, number 75, Justin Kelly, a senior. Travis Williams will be the right tackle. He wears 79. He's also a senior. Hunter Halsey, a junior quarterback, first year at Clinton, number 17 here. He'll wear that tonight. The tailback, number 25, Tommy Gardner, a senior. Tight end will be Haven Barnes, a senior as well, wears number 1. 3 of 4 wide receivers will play. It'll be Braxton Davis, Christian Johnson, Dez Baker, and Terrence Newell, all wearing 27, 11, 5, and 8 respectively. On special teams, their punter, Walker Birchfield, a senior. Their place kicker, Tucker Barefoot, number 34, a junior. Long snapper is Haven Barnes. And the holder will be Tristan Dodson, the junior for Clinton for Madison Central. It looks as if Jimmy Holiday will get the start tonight at quarterback. At tailback, it'll be Cam White, number 1. Luke Robertson will play at tight end. On the offensive line, you'll have Gabe Ross, Ben Killen, Martin Linebarger, and Zion Crockett. Also Jamie Upton there as well. Your slot receivers will be Tucker Richmond, Miles Hobson. Your wide receivers, Hunter Blaylock and Josh Colefield. And, of course, the punter, John Martin Pazak. For the Jaguars on defense, and, by the way, brought to you by Patty Peck Honda, the starting lineups. At nose guard, it'll be Zach Causey. Defensive ends will be Tay Berry and Lawson Stockett. Your linebackers, Truett Bourne, Kenneth Indebelly, Kirkland Trahan. And the Jagbacks will be Peyton Ray and Kobe Cole. Free safety will be Cameron Moore. Cam White and Shakobia Luckett will line up at the cornerbacks. And, of course, Kale Nation will kick for the Jaguars. Junior Jagback, number 17. Peyton Ray, 28 tackles and a sack on the year. And then senior linebacker Kobe Cole. No, I'm sorry. It's Kenneth Indebelly, number 24. 21 tackles, 3 sacks on the year. And, of course, he's really coming of age there for that young man. We're waiting the captain, so we'll take a quick 2-minute timeout here in the Rusty Healy pregame show. Back after this message here on the Madison Central Football Network, MCBigBlue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
In Madison, see your Good Neighbor State Farm agent, Rodney Stokes, for your insurance and financial needs.
We bank first with friends we trust.
I bank first when I process credit card purchases.
I tap, snap, and deposit with my Bank First app. It saves time. I bank first.
I bank first with their online banking. It's perfect for my
With Kasasa. Do you, Kasasa?
We appreciate our customers and support our local communities. I bank first. Do you bank first? Bank first, a better way to bank.
Back here at Clinton Arrow Field, the Jaguars and the Arrows getting ready to go. We're here in the Rusty Healy pregame show. About 4 minutes away from kick. Our captains are getting ready to make their way to midfield. And Baxter, looks like the Jags are going to be in all white tonight.
The good guys are on all white tonight, as Clinton is all black. Black headgear, jerseys, pants, socks, the whole works. Madison Central, likewise, all white.
And we're going to get our... we'll try to do our best to get our captains for you, as we'll hand those out to you here in just a few minutes. And it looks like for Clinton, it'll be number 15. That's going to be Joseph Mason. Number 55, that's going to be Calvin White. Number 75, that's going to be Jimmy Bennett. And number 93, it'll be Jarius Hurd. We're ready for the national anthem. And we'll pause here for that. And there you go. The Clinton Arrow Band has performed the national anthem. As we get set for the coin toss, J.D. Hull will be one of the captains along with Kenneth Endebelly, number 24, number 35, Nikki Johnson. That will be that. And we're going to turn it over here at midfield to our Cobbs Cleaners sideline reporter here in just a moment. Players are introduced at all shaking hands at midfield with our Cobbs Cleaners sideline report on a tough.
All right, let's stay. Simulated coin toss coaches earlier this evening. Your coach won the toss. I'll choose his options. Madison Central. All right. Clinton, you got. Okay. So if you would, when I ask you to roll with your back facing your end zone.
All right, JT.
No sportsmanship chat there.
Not
Call down there. Maddie Gall, we'll talk to you later on in the about what transpired here today. Very quickly, 2-minute timeout here on the Madison Central Football Network. MCBigBlue.com, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Get lost.
I do. I love the patty melts. I guess when that craving hits you, boom, I need to have a patty melt. I'm traveling a lot. I had to make a connection into Houston. Had about an hour. Whataburger just opened at Terminal.
Build the future. Make your memory.
Jags, I'm Mary Hawkins Butler, and I am honored to be your mayor. I'm your biggest fan. Not only do you compete athletically, but also academically. Oh, we are so proud of you. You compete locally, you compete regionally, and nationally. We know that the time is now. You can make your mark. Go out and get it. Nothing is impossible. We're behind you and we love you.
You made a promise to teach, to provide, to make time, to play, to protect, to give every opportunity. You made a promise, and we're here to help you keep it. Bank Plus, it's more than a name, it's a promise.
Home. It's where you take your time. Build the future. Make your memories. Celebrate. Come home. Alpha Insurance.
For the best agents in the business, call Michael King in Madison.
Independent Roofing Systems believes in doing the job right the first time. No shortcuts. Licensed and bonded, Independent Roofing installs various roof systems, including built-up roofs, single-ply roofs, modified bitumen roofs, architectural standing seam metal roofs, and tile roofing, plus specialty solutions like sprayed foam roofing, roof coatings, below-grade waterproofing, and paver systems, Energy Star and garden roof systems. For 24-hour on-call service on your commercial roofing need, call Independent Roofing Systems and get it done right the first time. Welcome back to the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, MCBigBlue.com. Super Talk Mississippi 97.3 is always brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing. Coach, going back on the road for the second time. Over to Clinton. Pretty balanced team. They're 2-2. They're last year's 6A state champs. We played them for the North State last year, and bad snap came down to end our game. This is a real old rivalry. And obviously, we're going to have to go out and play well. We open district play Friday night.
We are. We're going to have to, get over last week. We don't need to have that hangover from last week because I know that loss was tough on our guys, tough on our staff, tough on our whole organization because we felt like we may have dropped one we shouldn't have. But we've got to overcome that, and we got to get region play in our mindset because I said all last week if I had to choose between beating Pearl and Clinton, I'd take Clinton because that's a region ball game that counts.
Absolutely. Somewhat balanced football team, average about 230 in the air, 124 rushing the ball. Hunter Halsey, about a 70% passer there. He's got 230 all-purpose yards per game, throwing about 6 touchdowns. They've got some receivers that can get it done. This is a ball team that Madison Central is really going to have to be able to go out and control both parts of the ball game, receiving and rushing.
Yeah, they're kind of like us. They had major losses on offense, have folks coming back on defense, and it's just going to be a game where we're going to have to take care of our business and be sound in what we do on the defensive side because I know we're going to come out hard And offensively, we just got to protect the football and be smart.
Coach, I know this week you've focused, I'm sure, putting Pearl out of your mind. It's a brand new season. That's the way we approach it right now, isn't it?
Talked about it Monday, and we're done with Pearl. We're getting on the region play. We got these region ball games, and that's what sets up the postseason, and that's what we're going to concentrate on.
Coach, as always, it's a pleasure to visit with you during game week, and looking forward to getting region play underway for your staff, the students, the players, the coaches, and everybody. Just wish you and the Jags the best of luck. Let's go into Clinton and get region play started and start this brand new season.
Thank you.
Thank you. You've been listening and watching the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. We'll return to the field after this timeout.
When you put team first, you'll always come out a winner, like the team at Patty Pack Honda. They've made Patty Pack your #1 volume Honda dealer in the state of Mississippi. Perfect prices, incredible inventory, and superior service. That's the Patty Pack promise, and that's what you'll get every time you buy at Patty Pack. Plus, get Patty Pack's lifetime powertrain warranty with your new Honda or premium pre-owned purchase. Let our team show you why Patty Pack Honda is the people's choice. Shop in person and online, pattypackhonda.com.
Time now for the Patty Pack starting lineup. Tonight's offensive starters: 11, Josh Colefield; 8, Miles Hobson; 1, Cam White; 14, Jimmy Holiday; 16, Luke Robertson; 21, Hunter Blaylock; 2, Tucker Richmond; 71, Gabe Ross; 64, Zion Crockett; 58, Martin Leineberger; 63, Jamie Upton; 50, Ben Killens; 37, Cale Nation.
His hands. Out of the pistol, receivers left and right. D. Becker going in motion to the right. Jones looking to throw. He gets pressure. He's going to get it to Carroll on the right side. Can he get enough for the first down? He's across the 30, fighting hard. He's going to be close to that first down marker, Jay. I think he may have got it just by a couple of lengths of the football.
Boy, the second effort there. The ball was thrown a little bit low at about the 27-yard line. He scooped it. Tackler, big number 5, who we talked a lot about. He can really play at that middle linebacker position. But Cameron Carroll comes in with 84 carries, 758 yards. He averages 9 per carry, 5 touchdowns.
That's a bank plus first down for the Cougars, and they're going to go on the handoff again to Cameron Carroll for the Cougars. He's going to fight forward again. Going to pick up right at 5 yards on the play. It's going to set up second down and 5 for the Cougars.
And I mentioned number 5. He's a senior linebacker. Jeremy Miller leads the team with 36 total tackles, 1 sack, and 2 caused fumbles. So he is the guy to watch. Runs that.
Jason, it's 6'1", 225. He's a tough player out there in the middle for the Vikings. The Cougars now looking to throw. Jackson dodges a defender. He's going to go deep down the field. He's going to have Jones at the 20-yard line. He's going to walk into the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown for the Cougars.
Boy, and he threw that a long way. He had to elude a defender who was coming right into his face, stepped out to his right, and I'm pretty sure that there was maybe a little touch in the back there, just a little bit, but no flag on the field, and that goes for a big touchdown. I thought tonight points for the Cougars early were really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm like you, Jay. I was looking there to see, as I was calling that play, I was looking, is there going to be a flag? Because you said there might have been a little push there. But it will be a touchdown for the Cougars. So that's an anytime fitness touchdown. So touchdowns tonight brought to you by Anytime Fitness in Flowood, celebrating 11 years here in Flowood. And also like to let everybody know, sponsoring our first quarter here tonight is Chick-fil-A. In to kick for the Cougars would be Josh Rand for the point after. And he sends it up and through, and the Cougars take an early lead. So with 9:11 here left in the first quarter, it's Northwest Rankin 7, Warren Central 0. We'll take a 30-minute break and be back in just a moment. You're watching Cougar Broadcasting.
I'll take one of those shovels.
Oh, those shovels are lease only. Well, I can sell you the sweet, sporty, compact model for cash.
So come to Rogers Dab Chevrolet.
Welcome back to Northwest Rankin football. So the Cougars go 90 yards, Jay, on their first possession. We talked about getting off to a good start. You can't get off much better than that.
That's perfect, absolutely perfect. Now you put the what's been one of the strong, which is that defensive unit.
Gavin Godan on now for the Shelter, Shane Tapper Shelter Insurance kickoff for the Cougars. He's going to send a squiver. Wilson, who's going to pick it up and at the 10-yard line, and he'll bring it back up the middle of the field to about the 27, 28-yard line. And there the Warren Central Vikings will start 1st and 10.
And your defensive starters for the Cougars, the defensive line, 43, Harrison Stewart, 57, Monty Williams, 36, Brendan Steyer. The linebackers, 22, Justin Johnson, 24, Onias Parks, 45, J.Q. Haynes, 44, Harrison Tharp. Your defensive backs, 1, Cameron Crooks, 2, Antonio Washington, 4, Jaden Webb, 14, Bryce Bowling.
It's your River Trust defensive starting lineups for the Cougars. Fred Barnum at quarterback for the Vikings is going to take the snap, go on the handoff to number 22. Around left end and get good yardage on first down. And he'll be just short of the first down. They'll set up second and short.
Offensive starters for Warren Central with quarterback Fred Barnum, running backs Corey Wilson Jr., running back Anthony Funches, wide receiver Jalen Glass, Manye Spratley, Colin Standish.
So the Cougars will back them up 5 yards, and they'll have 1st and 15 as they will spot the ball down at the 27-yard line. Ball near hash as the Cougars moving left to right. I said near hash to me on the visitor side here on the field. Baker goes in motion. There's a snap. Handoff to Carroll, straight up the middle. Carroll will get about the 30 before he's driven backwards. Gets back some of that lost yardage there. So second down upcoming. That was a nice tackle there by the Vikings.
Jeremy Miller stepping up. And, Carroll was picking up that head of steam we talked about. Miller just took him straight on and really popped him good and sent him backwards. Really good hard hit. I know that's what the Viking coaches want to see. You keep hitting these guys hard, and it makes it late in the game where it's not so much fun to run this ball.
6 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the first. To pass goes short. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire it here near side, and it's in and out of the hands of his receiver at the 40-yard line, and it will bring up 3rd down here for the Vikings as well.
Yeah, just ran a quick down and out to Montel Gladney, and throw was a little bit high. Could have been caught by Gladney right off his hands, but it was a reach and right on the sidelines. But good for the Vikings. That one fell incomplete and leave them with a 3rd and 12.
2 wide receivers sit to the far side of the field. 1 wide receiver near side. They bring a man out of the backfield, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete as the Vikings able to get pressure on short. They were trying to get the real wheel route to Carroll down the sidelines, and Vikings able to knock it down and get to 3 and out.
Yeah, Lamar Gray came in from the left side linebacker slot. It was just full on that one, and he blocked the passes. He got in there. Good job of the Viking defense getting off the field in 3 plays, and now they'll have a chance to receive the punt.
Walt Hobson will be standing back at his own 27-yard line waiting to punt. There is a snap back, and there is a wobbly punt off the side of the foot and will go out of bounds. This is a short. Let's see where they actually mark it.
Yeah, looks like it went out about the 41-yard line. And
yeah, they're going to spot it right on the 40. So the Vikings will come out for the second drive here of this first quarter as we have 6:19 6:19 left, and they're going to have a water break timeout. All right, we'll take the water break timeout with them. Tied at 7. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here.
22 left in the first quarter. We got a tie game. It's Northwest ranking 7, Warren Central 7. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment with the kickoff. You're listening to watching Cougar Broadcasting here.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your new favorites quote now?
Oh, great.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
Operating here in the shotgun. He's got his running back off to his left shoulder. He's got 2 wide receivers split out to the far side of the field. Now he's going to move Corey Wilson over to his right shoulder. There's a snap. It is a handoff to Corey as he's trying to work the left side of that line, but great pressure by the Cougars. They'll swarm under him, and he's going to lose about 2, maybe even 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, that play didn't go anywhere. The right side of the Cougar defensive line was in the backfield right when he got the handoff. And they've got some big boys up there on the front, 36, 67, 43. Look like they're all in the 245 to 265 range.
Well, Barnum out of the shotgun. Stacked 2 wide receivers here to the near side. He's got 2 other wide receivers split out to the far side of the field. Barnum will drop back into the shotgun with Corey off to his right shoulder. Cougars showing blitz, and they do bring a blitz. Barnum will keep it himself. He's in trouble, and he's going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage. Cougars brought a blitz straight up the middle from the outside linebacker spot and able to just disrupt that play.
Yeah, that was a planned quarterback draw, and he made a nice fake, kind of looked out at one of the receivers on the right side and then tried to turn it up, but there was just nowhere to go. Good job by the Cougar defense. Puts the Vikings in an unenviable 3rd and 13 situation.
Well, they scored a touchdown on 3rd and 11 on their last drive. See what they do here. Barnum waiting on the snap. There it is. It's high. He corrals it. Back to pass. Looking to throw. Set his feet far to the far side of the field. And it's just too high for his intended receiver as he goes sailing out of. Vikings will be forced to punt.
Yeah, that was a down and out to Monye Spratley. The Cougars were in a zone defense, had one underneath and one on top of him. That would have been a difficult throw and catch, and I'm not sure it would have been a first down anyway if he'd have caught it. But
back to punt.
Oh, they got a rough kick right there.
Hobson, and he gets the punt off, but he gets run into, and a flag is thrown. So now it's going to be what they call it a running in. That's a personal foul, roughing the kicker. This will be a 15-yard penalty and give the Vikings. The Cougars did a nice job of getting him off the field. The Vikings get the break on the penalty and put their offense right back onto the football field.
Yeah, they were close to a block there, but when he missed it, he was just charging right into the punter and no chance to get out of the way, and he hit him pretty solid, knocked him down.
Well, the coaches, going to the block point is one of the hardest things to do, because you want to go right at the kicker, but you have to go to where that ball is coming off the kicker's foot. It's a hard spot to gauge. And if you ever watch Alabama, they do it really, really well. Their boys know exactly where that spot is, and he missed it, got Hobson, and it's a first down for the Vikings. They'll take it here as Barnum operates from the shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He's under pressure, and now we just keep it himself. Crosses the 50, sidesteps a man, and dives towards the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 41-yard line in Cougar territory. Give him about 6, maybe even 7 on the play. Just a heads-up job there by Barnum.
Yeah, good job. He just made something out of nothing there. Not much going on. He's not getting quite as much time as we'd like, Jeremy. It looks like he's getting back in the pocket. Northwest is getting some good pressure on him. Let's see if the offensive line can hold up a little, give him some more time to find an open receiver downfield.
The Cougars are bringing blitz every play, and again, they do bring a blitz this time. They hand it off to Funches, sweeping the far side of the field. He's in all kind of trouble, and he's going to be swarmed under for a loss on the play.
Yeah, that's a tough play. Good for Funches to pick up what was about a 4 or 5 yard loss and make it a 1 yard loss, about a half a yard loss. You know, at 2nd and 3, you definitely don't want to go backwards, and I think he got as much as he could out of nothing on that one.
All right, so 3rd down here for Barnum. He's got a 5 wide receiver set with 3 here to the near side as he operates all by himself. Now we'll look to the sideline for the play, gives out some instructions to his offensive lineman as he backs into the shotgun. There is a snap, and it's a handoff to Funches on the speed sweep here near side. He gets up to the 40, and he's hit hard right at the line of scrimmage. He crosses the 40 to the 42.
That one's going to be close to a first down. I think he's going to be about a half yard short. They're going to call him the chains, but depending on, well, nope.
Wow. It's hard to see from our vantage point exactly where those markers are because we're right there on the field. The markers are on our side instead of on the far side of the field like we're used to over here.
Yeah, and they're behind our players, so you couldn't see exactly where the spot to gain was. But anyway, we got it, so moving on, first down for the Vikings.
Cougars showing blitz, and they'll bring Funches in motion. There is a snap, play action to Funches. Back to pass, Barnum looking to throw. Now we'll roll here near side. Flag comes in. He'll fire it. It's complete to the near side, inside the 30 to the 27, but there is a couple of flags down in the area of what you would expect to be holding.
Yeah, it's a no doubt holding. Looked like Braden Moody was actually the offensive line did a pretty good job initially, so had a lot of time for Barnum, but it was well covered downfield. And then once it started breaking down, I think he may have grabbed the guy chasing our quarterback, and there looked like there was another one on the right side. I couldn't pick out who that was that got that holding.
Well, this will push the ball back inside of midfield all the way back to the 47-yard line of the Vikings. Goodness, that's a huge.
Almost a 20-yard, 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's a huge holding penalty. Holding penalty, obviously, from the spot of the foul. And it's 10 yards from that point, so it's a big loss. Barnum this time from the shotgun on first down in forever. He takes a snap, will hand it off to Corey. Corey cuts up the middle, out across midfield for he's stopped just shy of the 45-yard line. He'll get to 46, get some of that yards back. 2nd down. Not a bad play by Corey.
No,
put your head down and get what you can get. I mean, you're not getting all this back on one play.
Yeah, when you got first and forever, try to pick up 7 or 8 yards, and that's about, they probably picked up 6 on that one. See if they can pick up another 10 or so here.
2:30 left here in the first quarter. We are knotted at 7. Vikings inside Cougar territory facing second down and about 16. Barnum is back to pass. He's looking to throw. Will fire it, and it's nearly intercepted. I'm not sure who he was going to on the play, but it was nearly picked.
Something coming in underneath, and another guy that was just kind of jogging around. It looked like Barnum was just trying to lob it over one defender, Jeremy, and then as it did, it just carried on to where the safety almost came up and picked it off.
Well, 3rd down here for the Vikings, 3rd and long. They've got about, and I say 16, I think it's even more than that. Funches in motion. There's a snap. It's a handoff to Funches here on the sweep. He will cut inside a defender, get up to the 40-yard line where he's dropped there. So it's 4th down upcoming here, and the Vikings, after getting the penalty to extend the drive, will be forced to punt as Hobson will come onto the field. Well, we talked about penalties, Riggs, earlier, in our pregame show, and that's a huge penalty. It kind of stops the drive.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Back to punt is Hobson, and it goes off the side of his foot, and it will hit and just wobble towards the sidelines. It rolls down to about the 10-yard line, and that's where it will die.
We got a good penalty in the roughing the kicker to keep that drive alive, but then we returned the favor back to Northwest Rankin with that really tough holding call in the backfield that made it to 1st and about 30. And so Vikings just couldn't ever get back close to the line of scrimmage or back to the yard marker and had to kick it in. So we got the Cougars pinned back pretty deep around the 10-yard line. Let's see if we can get another defensive stand.
Cougars started their first drive about their own 10-yard line with 90 yards on their opening drive. See if the Vikings defense can stop it here. Short will operate from the shotgun with the receiver split off to each side. It's a counter play, handoff in the backfield. Running back reverses field. That's Baker. He's got room into the open field across the 20, 25 to 30. He breaks it into the open. He's not going to get caught from the 40, the 30, the 20. Say goodbye. Touchdown, Cougars.
The Vikings had him bottled in pretty good to the left side, but nobody contained from the backside. And once he got around the edge, Caleb Wilson was about the only person that had a shot, but he kind of broke off his arm tackle, and then it was over after that. He has got some really good speed. I mean, this guy can turn it on.
And he did there. He reversed his position, went back across the formation, and made one man miss, and it was over after that. 90 yards on the run, as been all big plays so far in this game. There's a snapback for the extra point. It's up, and it's good. 14-7, Cougars lead. Let's send it back. This is Vikings football on B105.5.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome, I think we're breathtaking, and here to guide you through every step of the way.
So as the Vikings got a big penalty against the Cougars a minute ago on the roughing the kicker, this will be a big one here for the Cougars because it's going to back it up 10 yards. It's going to back it up back close to midfield, I believe. It's actually going to go a little bit across midfield, so it's going to be second down and a long ways. Looks like second down, and I'm going to say it's going to be second and about 25.
So now when you know they're pretty much in a throwing situation, keep your eye on number 81, Standish. He's their leading receiver, 15 receptions, 240 yards, and a couple of touchdowns.
So that's another cozy outfitters flag, and it makes it second and 25 for the Vikings. Barnum's going to go on the handoff to Wilson, who's going to get it up just across midfield. So he gets good yardage, but it's still a long ways to go for the Vikings. It's going to be third down. Excuse me, I said second down a minute ago. That was first down and 25. So now it's going to be second down and I believe 19 to go for the Vikings.
It's a nice little step there in the hole. Back to his left just a tad to create the 5 or 6 yard pickup on that play.
Barnum again working from the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Looking to throw. He's got time. Tries to go across the middle. It's almost intercepted by the Cougars. Not sure who it was intended for.
I believe it was number 6, Corey Wilson Jr. He was trying to set up a little screen out to his right side, but the Cougars had that kind of blown up as those offensive linemen tried to get out in front of that. He threw it a little bit too far. It looked like 14. Bryce Bowling had the opportunity to pick that off, but it was thrown just a little bit too short for him.
I was going to say, if he had just thrown it a little bit further, Bryce would have had it.
He had it.
So it's going to be third down and about 19 to go now for the Warren Central Vikings. They're at the Cougar 46-yard line. They're going to go on the handoff to Funchess around the left side. He's going to get about 7 yards on the play. It's going to set up fourth down and 12. We'll have a Tony Young performance gear fourth down for the Cougar defense. So the Cougars hold on third down. And the Vikings are going to punt from the Cougar 40-yard line. It's going to be a short, wobbly punt. It's going to hit and take a Viking roll, though. It's going to roll down close to the 10-yard line. It's going to roll to exactly the 10-yard line. So the Cougars will start first and 10. First time we were able to go 90 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, I was going to say the Cougars have been pretty good from the 10-yard line, so why not start there?
Absolutely. See if we can duplicate what we did before. 1:38 to go in the first quarter. Tie ball game, 7-7. Still in running the offense for the Cougars is Jamari Jones. He'll work with Cameron Carroll and D. Baker in the backfield. He'll put receivers left and right. Marquise Tenner, the H-back, goes in motion now from left to right. They're going to go on the handoff to Baker. He tries to go on the jet sweep around the right end. Has no room, so he brings it back to his left, and he's got good running room. He's across the 30. He's at the 50. Jay, I don't think they're going to catch him as he's going to go all the way 90 yards on the play for D. Baker.
The touchdown maker. D. Baker took that jet sweep out to the right-hand side, and he stopped. There were white jerseys out that way, but once he broke contain as he came back out to his left side, we already know when he clears that line of scrimmage and there's nobody there, to really to grab him and stop him, slow him down. Once he gets in the secondary, there's nobody going to catch him, and that's exactly what you just saw. So why don't we start at the 10-yard line just about every time? I like that.
Absolutely. Josh Rand on now for the point after attempt for the Cougars. Good snap back, good hold. The kick's up. And it's good. So with 1:21 to go in the first quarter, it's now Northwest Rankin 14, Warren Central 7. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. You're watching Cougar Broadcasting.
Let's face it, you expect your healthcare provider to be more than just educated and compassionate. You want them to be available, a good listener, and guide you to recovery. Like Mississippi Sports Medicine, with more than just a clinic, but also an orthopedic urgent care center in Jackson, open until 7 p.m., and more than just a treatment plan.
Grab him until about 5 yards downfield.
Big first down there for this Vikings offense as they move into Cougar territory with 45 seconds left here on the first quarter clock. One running back off to the each side of Barnum out of the shotgun. There's the snap, handoff to Corey, working the right side of that line. Spin move at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, he took a good wallop on that one. We made a spin move. The linebacker from Northwest just put him down on his backside, but pick up about 4 yards on the play, and looks like he's going to be coming off the field. Excuse me, Funches is coming off the field. Wilson will stay in the game.
Barnum will operate here from the shotgun. Two wide receivers stacked out to each side. Again, Cougars showing blitz from the 44. There's a snap back. Barnum looking to throw. He's going to fire it, and it's complete, but for a very short gain. He had Standish just rolling down the sideline wide open, and didn't see him there. But that's the way the quarter will end. 14-7, Northwest leading. We'll send it back. This is Vikings football on B105.
Okay, so we drowned the fire. Yep. Stirred it.
And then some hard running toward the end of that scamper.
Second and short. Jaguars with a 7-3 lead here at 9:50 to go in the second quarter. And now, guess what? Illegal procedure. False start on the Jaguars. That's number 3, right, Bax?
Yeah.
Third illegal procedure call against the Jaguars. You had it second and short, very manageable. And now you go to 2nd and 7, put it back on the 38-yard line.
No question about it, though. Madison Central off early on the count.
And, you know, it's a combination of a lot of things. Obviously a different quarterback, but we saw this at the beginning of the game last week with J.D. Hull behind at quarterback. Holiday from the gun, and he'll take the snap. He's going to give it to Cedric Beal. Cedric Beal trying to find room. Flag flies. Cedric Beal with enough for the first down, but this one more than likely is coming back as well.
Thrown in the area of holding right on that offensive
side of the field. And it's going to be holding against Madison Central. Back-to-back penalties. So what was 2nd down and 7 is going to be 2nd down and about 17. Jaguars and the penalty flags are absolutely causing themselves their own misery here tonight.
But it's self-inflicted, JT.
It'll be back to the 28-yard line. They need the 46 for a first down. It's on the 29-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd down and a long way to go, about 15. 16 yards to go here. Make it 15. 2nd and 15 for Madison Central.
7-3 our score in the second quarter. 9 minutes left before the half.
Holiday from the gun with Cedric Beal to his right, and he'll take the snap. He gives it to Cedric Beal, and he slips down. It's only going to be a gain of 2, and it'll be a long 3rd down possession play now for Madison Central. Boy, Clinton's defense getting a lot of help by the Jaguars, who continue to commit penalties.
Well,
something Coach Hart said they'd worked on this week, but not showing yet at the moment.
Beal talked about the heavy rain we had here. The thunderstorm came through. Earlier steps on this artificial turf, trying to make a cut.
3rd down and about 14 to go, 13 to go. Obvious passing down. Jimmy Holiday wants to change the play now. Looks at a 4-down front by the Clinton Arrows. They're going to sneak up a defensive end. Now he's going to back off. Holiday wants to throw. He's in the gun. He's got time. Throwing the fade route. Looking for Blaylock. And Blaylock goes up and gets it. He climbs the ladder. First down at the 38-yard line. Ball tipped up in the air by his own doing. Comes back down with it. And a great play from Hunter Blaylock. Jimmy Holiday to Hunter Blaylock down to the 38-yard line and a Bank Plus first down.
Ball a little bit underthrown, and Blaylock was able to put the brakes on and come back and get it, but had to sky to get it. And JT said, a nice catch. Popped it up in the air, then corralled it.
Line of scrimmage is the Clinton 38 now. Jaguars work with 2 left, 1 right. And Holiday gives it to Cedric Beal, and it's going to be a loss of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. As the Clinton Arrow defense was there. The play was a little slow developing, Baxter.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Low snap. Holiday had to go down to get it, but looked like they were in slow motion in the backfield.
And my apologies, I think that was Cam White on the carry. It was Cam White on the carry. They snuck him in on me again, Bax.
Well, he's in there now, for sure.
He was in there the last time. Cam White, the tailback, 2 receivers set, 1 left, 1 right. Holiday from the gun. 2nd down and 12. Fakes it to Cam White. Holiday scrambles and makes a good play, throws it away, and he's tackled well after he threw the football. And Coach Hart is livid with the referee right now.
Holiday on the roll to the left. Had a man that was well covered. Nice job by Holloway. Good decision and just throwing that one away.
Coach Hart wanted to roughen the passer.
Yeah, he was hit
well after he threw the football.
I think so, too.
Haven't seen a Kincaid's penalty flag yet against the Clinton Arrows. There's been a handful thrown against Madison Central. 3rd down and 12 now for the Jaguars from the Clinton 40-yard line. Jaguars leading 7-3. 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 2 receivers set to each side. Holiday from the gun takes the snap. He's in the pocket. He wants to throw. He's flush. Throws it away again. And it'll be incomplete. And the Jaguars have got a decision to make now.
Kind of no man's land.
They got a flag down over here.
The far side of the field.
And Coach Hart again into the ear of the line judge. He felt like Jimmy Holiday was slung out of bounds. See what this flag is all about.
Let's see what they call.
I'm going to go discuss it now with the Clinton sidelines. Jaguars may get another shot at this. When Coach Hart is not happy about the way his quarterback's being treated here right now. Felt like that's 2 back-to-back plays. He could have thrown a flag. It's against the Jaguars. It's against the Jaguars. I think it was illegal man downfield.
Yeah.
So it's 4th down. Every penalty so far has gone against Madison Central. Pazak going to punt it away now. Unders right at 6:59 on the second quarter clock here. The Cobbs Cleaner second quarter, 7-3. Pazak going to punt it away. Clinton is going to get a man back about the 11-yard line. And Pazak going to get a kick that is surgically going to go out of bounds at about the 9-yard line.
Let's see what they.
Now they're going to bring it back. Oh, there's no way it went out there. He's going to say the 21?
Yeah, we had a bad angle up here.
I guess it must be. Looked like you had him inside the 10. Now they're going to say the 22.
Try the hard count. Cougars nearly jumped, but they're able to maintain their stance, and the Vikings are reset. Now 3 wide receivers on the far side of the field. There's a snap back. It's an option play. Barnum will keep it. Sutter step inside, cut inside the 30, and will be dropped down just shy of the 25-yard line. Nice keep there for Barnum on the play.
Yeah, good first down play. Good fake pitch by Barnum. I like that. You know, we haven't seen the option much this year, and that play, I think it's really good, particularly when teams aren't ready for it, because it forces them to isolate a man on a guy, and sometimes you can get somebody wide open for a big game.
Barnum again from the shotgun. Still in at quarterback for the Cougars. He'll work out of the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. He's going to go on the handoff to. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe just a little, but not much more.
Wish he didn't take that last opportunity to try to bust it outside. If he would have just cut up the field, he had at least 5 or 6, 7 yards before contact.
I'd like to thank Chick-fil-A for sponsoring the second quarter here tonight. Barnum looks into the sideline for the play from the coaching staff of the Cougars. Plenty of time on the play clock. Going to again go on the handoff, and boy, this time Carroll does good to get back out of the end zone and avoid the safety. It's going to be third down and long for the Cougars. It's third about as long as you can get. It's about 99 and a half. Exactly. For a touchdown, not for the first down. A long 11 yards to go for the first down for the Cougars. So the ball's just barely nosing the 1 yard line, and the Cougars some yards where you can at least get a good punt off. Jones is going to fake the handoff. He's going to go on kind of a wide receiver screen. It looked like the Cougars did a good job of completing that and getting a few yards. That was Carson Banks on the reception. He's only able to get a couple of yards for the Cougars, but those couple of yards are really important.
That's a gutsy call.
Absolutely.
Third down at your 1 yard line, a big-time gutsy call.
A well-thrown ball and a nice catch by Banks and well defended by the Vikings.
It was.
All the way around. But again, those 2 yards are big on this punt for the Cougars. 13 yards is a lot better than about 10 and a half is what they had. I believe we're going to have a timeout, so it is going to be the Cougars are going to call a timeout. So we'll take a quick break with them. We'll take 30 seconds, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Northwest Rankin Football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
Will not be able to shake a man. Gets about a yard on the play down to about the 11. I thought they may take a shot on one-on-one on the far side of the field with no safety help and just see if Spratley could make a play.
Yeah, maybe not at this point. Third down, and you had second and short. You got third and about 3 now, 3rd and 2. So I expect the Vikings to run this.
Barnum will operate in the shotgun, and a 4 wide receiver set. Got Corey right in kind of the fullback spot here out of the shotgun. There's a snap. Barnum will keep it himself. Works inside the 10-yard line down to about the 9, maybe even 8, and he will have a Viking first down. So first and goal here for the Vikings, trying to even this game up with 6:14 left here before the half.
Yeah, Viking offensive line is doing a good job right now. They've given him a little bit more time, a little more time in the pocket on the passes, and they've opened solid yards.
Barnum again will operate from the shotgun. Corey Wilson off to his left shoulder. Single wide receiver to each side. There's a snap. It's high. They hand it off to Corey, who is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard on the play as Cougars able to plug up holes and limit him to just about a yard on the play.
Yeah, that's just physical work down in the trenches right there, both squads. I think one thing we've seen tonight, Jeremy, is the players come back on the field. One thing we see here is the Cougars are ready for our speed sweep.
They are.
They snuffed it out pretty good tonight, so we're going to have to look for some other plays running the ball.
Barnum takes a snap. He's looking to throw. He will fire to the end zone, and it's intercepted in and out of the hands of the receiver. Intercepted the Cougars on the return down the sideline. And they'll have the return out across the 15.
Wow, that one through it to, I'm not sure who the receiver was, but it went through his hands. He was covered pretty well, but it went through his hands, kicked up in the air.
Cats begin the second quarter with a comfortable 21-0 lead. Defense has got in on the action, scoring one touchdown on a bad snap on a punt, landing in the end zone. And T. Adams has thrown 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. Cats look to keep the party going right here in this second quarter, keep rolling, and make this one of those homecomings to remember for Eli Stringfellow and Zarian Anderson and Jaquarius Dean and all those seniors who won't be playing anymore. This is their last homecoming at Meridian High School.
Yeah, you want those kids to go out on a good note. Looking forward to seeing what those kids do in the future. But tonight, you just want them to celebrate their time spending up here and while playing their hearts out on this field.
So now Jim Hill, second and we'll call it 19, rolls outside. That quarterback getting away from the pressure again. He'll be brought down, sacked by number 26 there. on the defensive side. I'll see if Pete. Oh, I've got the roster right here. Number 26 for the Cats, Jalen Jennings, defensive back and safety, gets the sack for Meridian, and that will bring up third down. Ball will be placed actually at the half-yard line. So they've got to get for a first down. So it's 3rd and 31 now for Jim Hill on this play coming up.
Let's see what Jim Hill got in store for. They are pent deep. You know what? If you're the Cats right now, you're trying to get a safety right now, Tim. You got them pent deep. They haven't not had success moving the ball. Send the horses at them.
3rd and 30, and that's going to be all sides on Meridian. Number 40
can't have that.
Let's see who we got there. D'Amico Brooks right there, number 40. Just a little bit anxious. Giving them 5 yards. Wants to go in there and get another touchdown. You got to be disciplined. You got to keep your head about you. And you still got to make the correct play right there.
Right. You give them a little wiggle room. You had them pent deep. You still have them pent deep. But on that right there, you can't just have costly errors right there.
So now 3rd and 25 for Jim Hill. Meridian brings some pressure. Their ball thrown over the middle, and I don't think the quarterback and the receiver were on the same page. Ball falls incomplete. That will bring up 4th down. And, of course, Jim Hill will have to punt again, and that has not been something that they want to do tonight. That last
literally stood there.
Over the puncher's head. The last snap went over the puncher's head and was actually a touchdown for the Cats. So now on this opportunity, the punter is standing. If you're looking at the south end zone, the punter is standing on the A, and he's deep in the end zone.
Dangerous territory.
He will actually get outside and look down. He does get the first down, and just a punter for Jim Hill gets away from the pressure and picks.
Great play by Jim Hill, but just not disciplined for the Wildcats. There's no way that you should have a team pent inside their own 5-yard line. They scrambled on a punt. On a kickoff for.
That's on a punt. Yeah,
on a punt for how many yards, Tim?
40, looks like he picked
30.
Up. He's at the 36, so that's right at about 27 yards.
27 yards.
Yeah, 27 yards. He scrambled.
That's uncalled for.
And another punt that went high. Ball was high. He went up there and got it. Couldn't do anything but run, and he did just that and ran enough yards for a first down. Wildcat defense has to come back out there on the field. And there will be a timeout by Jim Hill as the Tiger offense, who was probably not prepared.
I want to welcome you back into the HSFN Blue Zone. Jeremy Kennedy with you here for another weekend of Friday Night Football. So glad to have you along with us. We'll get you back out to the games in just a second. Obviously, you can watch most of these games or all these games in their entirety on the app. Tonight, we've got Northwest Rankin Warren Central, which you've been watching. We'll go to in just a second. You're watching a little bit of Matt Meridian and Jim Hill and an incredible 4th and 25 conversion where you start in the end zone and all of a sudden you outrun everybody on the punt team, and that was really interesting. Vicksburg and Germantown, Ridgeland and Canton, and then Simpson Academy and East Rankin are the games on the app. As always, you can go to the iTunes store, download the High School Football Network app for free in the on the iTunes store. Get all the great games each and every week. You'll get prospects information, the top 50 high school prospects in the state of Mississippi as well. So a lot of good games going on tonight all around the state. We'll send you right now back to Northwest Rankin as the Cougars lead at 14-7 over Warren Central.
And they bring a blitz here off the left side. They'll swing it out across midfield and will be shy of the first down by about half a yard.
Yeah, that's the throw you want right there. He caught Stovall. Good pickup. At least it was a 4th and 1, and the Vikings will keep their offense on the field.
I think they're trying to get something really established here. They will keep the offense on the field and see if they can't pick up this 4th. They will move 3-man motion across the formation.
10 seconds on the play clock.
Barner trying to draw them off sides, and they don't jump. Now he'll back into the formation, and
A timeout will be taken by the Vikings. Trying to get just a jump off sides with 2:58 left. With a timeout, we'll take it with them. 14-7, Cougars leading. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it.
Behind the chains again for a false start penalty.
There's somebody along the line of scrimmage. Because I was watching the motion, man, he was definitely going away from the line of scrimmage.
Well, he was set when the flag was thrown. Holiday on 1st and 15 from their own 40 takes the snap. And he gives it to Cam White, and Cam White will roll over for a yard. Cedric Beal, who came up short gingerly a little bit earlier, don't see him right now.
Beal missed a game earlier in the year. High ankle sprain, so may have aggravated that once again.
2nd down and 14 here for Madison Central from their own 41-yard line. Playing behind the change for a false start penalty again. 3:19 to go. Jaguars leading 7-3 over the Clinton Arrows. Holiday will work with trip receivers in a group to the left, one to the right. Holiday rolls to his left. Looks, fires, passes, caught. Tucker Richmond out of bounds, but it's only going to be a gain of about 2 yards. Looked a lot better than what it was. 3rd down and 12 now for Madison Central.
Caught the ball, ran out of bounds. No way around it. That's where his momentum took him. Possession play for the Jags.
3rd and 12 from their own 43-yard line. Trip receivers here to the near side, one to the right. Low snap, Holiday has to pick it up. Delayed draw to Cam White. Room off the left side. Cam White will be cut down short, and now a flag.
White got to the outside. Looked like he was going to go for the first down, but a nice tackle by the Clinton defender. Stopped him about 2 yards short.
It was a great open field tackle by the Arrows.
It sure was.
Cam White had slipped free. It started with a low snap. Holiday had to pick it up off the ground, and the Jaguars are going to go backwards. Another holding call.
No, pushing the back.
Pushing the back.
Or not pushing the back, but.
Snap, they'll take the handoff again. Fired over the middle. This time they got Standish. Standish into the, across the 30, inside the 25, and down to the 20, at the 24-yard line.
I think that play kind of had the Cougars off balance a little bit. Had 3 receivers running out on the left side, and Standish kind of slipped in that seam where he likes to go, and good pass by Barnum to catch him.
Well, we hadn't seen him work, only seen one pass completion to Standish tonight. That's the first time they tried him down the field, and it works. There's a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Funches, sweeping the far side of the field, trying to get the corner. Funches does get the corner, gets across the 20, gets inside the 15 for he's knocked out of bounds. A nice run there by Funches.
Yep, good play. The left side of the line, and folks blocking out to really collapse the side, and good job by Funches to run hard, too.
Oh,
so inside of 2:20 now, and Vikings are inside the 15-yard line, threatening to score again.
You'd love to get in the end zone here. Absolutely love to get in the end zone. 2:17 left. Shotgun formation here for Barnum.
It's going to be enough for the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal. 1st and goal for the Tigers. 5-yard line of the Titans.
It's online.
Morgan was here in the backfield, broke loose and scampered for about 10 yards. 1st and goal for the Tigers. Indications going to be the receiver against the Tigers, going to push him back 5. In a hurry to hit someone. So it's going to be fly.
Down shy of the goal line, but it will be a first down, I believe. 1st and goal.
Yeah, nice play. Funches caught it, broke the tackle, and got it down inside the, what did we say, the 2-yard line?
Job by Funches. Just kind of gets his low center of gravity there, able to kind of absorb the hit, spin off of it, and push down. Oh, they're going to mark it just shy. So 3rd down and about a yard, actually. 3rd down and a yard, and the Cougars will call a timeout. I thought he got the first down. They were dropping the markers as if he had got the first down. Then they marked it just shy.
Yeah, we can't see from our vantage where it was. It looked like he got inside the the 2 or 3 yard line, I thought, but I think the ball is on the 4. Is that what it looks like to you, Jeremy?
I'm going to be. Ball is on the 4. You are correct.
Just inside the 4, and I think he's got to get just inside the 3 for the first down.
If you've never been out to Northwest Rankin, the press box, what used to be the home side stands, now visitor side, I mean, they sit right on the football field. You're not up very high, so we don't have the vantage point that you would typically get if we were out at like Viking Stadium or over at Madison Central or Clinton. Now, if you're on the home side press box, you can definitely get a better vantage point because they've really built up a nice press box on that far side.
Yeah, much higher and easier to get a perspective on where the ball is. And we're actually on the west side of the 50-yard line. We're about the 40 to 45-yard line, so it's more difficult when we're looking down here to the far east end of the field.
All right, so third down and about a yard here for the Vikings. 1:35. Yes, they're down to the 4-yard line of the Cougars trying to go in and tie this game up. Stovall is going to be your tailback. Cougars showing pressure. There is the snap, and there's a handoff to Stovall, who works the far side of the field. He's inside the 4 and slung down about the 3.
I don't believe he got the first. Looked like if he'd have just turned it up there, he was trying to get the end zone. That's one of those where probably like to go back and see if you can make sure you just get the first down, because it is going to be 4th down here.
Yeah,
he was. You could see him get to a point where if he just cuts it up a little bit, puts his head down, he's got the first. And he tried to stretch it out. When he did, somebody came on a good pursuit angle and just took him down for very little gain.
I'd say this would be huge for Northwest if they are able to stop Warren Central on 4th down here from getting into the end zone. They would have thwarted back-to-back scoring opportunities here for the Vikings. 1:09 left. And, man, we've got to figure out how to get this ball in the end zone, Briggs. We overshot a touchdown, which I don't think it was really an overshot. I just think maybe Glass didn't see where the ball was because he's just unable to really make a play, but he was nobody around him.
And it was the ball almost floated up there. It was just about as pretty as you can throw a deep ball, kind of up high and just kind of floating out for him to run underneath it. And it did appear that he just lost it. You can't blame a kid if you can't see it, but it's a shame because that was an easy 6. And 2 times in a row we've had opportunities for 6 points and have not done it. Here we are again, a 3rd time.
Let's see what we can do here. We need about a yard for the first down. Both sides making noise. Barner waiting on the snap. It's high. Barner will keep it. Will dive in, and he should have the first down. Oh, he's going to have a touchdown. Oh, my gosh, Fred Barner.
I knew he had the first. Didn't know he had the touchdown.
I didn't either. It's hard to see from this one, but, man, he makes a lunge, and he has the touchdown. Decided to do it himself. We're at extra point from tying this ball game.
Yeah, nice play by Fred. He took a high snap, too, Jeremy. That was a high snap on the 4th down play. Reeled it in and quickly just lunged forward.
Well, he has been the best weapon for the Vikings so far here in this first half. The coaching staff said we're going to give it to our best guy, and he takes advantage. And he'll be out here to catch this snap here on this extra point attempt. See if we can't tie this ball game. There's a snap back. This kick is up. It's on its way. And good. We're tied here with 1:03 left. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
If you drive buzzed,
Again, for the Tigers will be number 85. That's Jose Martinez, the Golden Coat. Another high short kick. The ball is up in the air. The ball is in the air. The ball is in the air.
And we welcome you back as Holiness puts his leg into it and drives it down to the goal line. On the return come the Cougars out across the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25. Breaks it to the outside across the 30, across the 40, the 45, and he's wrestled down at the 49-yard line. So a nice return by the Cougars, and with 54 seconds left before the half, they will have an opportunity to grab this lead back.
Very, very disappointing there. You know, you want to pin them deep and make sure they don't get good field position, but not a very good job kick coverage on that one by the Vikings.
So Short will operate here from the shotgun, takes the snap. They'll hand it off to the speedster, working the far side of the field. He will slip, maybe even lose a yard on this play as he tries to make a cutback, and it'll be second down and 11.
Yeah, good upfield pursuit by Josh Brandon and Kevis Daniel to turn him back in. When he turned in, I think he just cut somebody's heel and he fell down. But good job of the Vikings containing the speedster.
Two wide receivers switch to the far side of the field. Baker headed that way with him. There's the snapback, back to pass, looking to throw. Short has time. He's going to fire deep over the middle. He's looking for his receiver, and it's caught, and it'll be a touchdown as the Vikings defender was there for an interception, and he just misjudged the ball, and he's so mad at himself.
Yeah, poor Caleb Wilson had it. Looked like he was going to intercept it. Had it sized up, and he just didn't judge it. And boy,
twice tonight the Vikings have been out of position on defense, or in a position,
he was in position
to make the play, and just doesn't make the play.
Caleb Wilson had good coverage. It was his for the pick, and he just misread it. And when he did, it went right over his hands and into the arms of the waiting receiver for Northwest Rankin.
Third time tonight Northwest has struck for a long play. This kick is up for the extra point, and good. And Northwest, just like that, back on top, 21-14. We'll send it back. This is Vikings football on V105.5.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? And you know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. Go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
As the Cougars have taken the lead back again, 21-14 on a 52-yard touchdown strike. And the Cougars will squiv it down the middle of the field. It's fielded by the Vikings up across the 30, the 35, and I guess about the 37 where they tackled there. And with 12 seconds left, the Vikings offense will take the field and bring them in. It's just disappointing to see us be in position to make the play, and we just misjudge a ball.
Yeah, we were talking at the break. If he would have just kept, he could have jogged along, and he could have at least broken that up, if not intercepted it. And instead, he stopped his running with the receiver and tried to jump up. And as we said, you could tell right at the end, this is about to go over his head, and it did. And easy touchdown for the Cougars.
So 12 seconds left, Barnum. Operate here from the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's back to pass, looking to throw. He will fire it here near side. He's got his man complete, and they run out of bounds across the 40 to the 44-yard line. So 5 seconds left on the clock. Chance for maybe a hail to the end.
What they'll do, but you've got time for one play. Either it'll be a hook and ladder type play or it'll be a Hail Mary. Vikings need to pay attention. Well, they actually haven't started the play clock, so they got plenty of time.
Barnum takes the snap. He's back to pass. Cougars bring a blitz. He's hit as he throws, as he launches it deep, and it will be picked off by the Cougars. Oh, they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, it fell incomplete. Looked like a guy had it picked off, but he bobbled it and lost it.
All right, so that's the way the half will end. Northwest Rankin leads 21-7. I know the Vikings are a little disappointed about how the half ended. A lot of things to talk about here. We'll send it back to the station.
21-14. Let me correct you so people don't get too upset. But Vikings down 21-14 here at halftime.
We'll send it back to the station. This is Vikings football on B105.5.
The halftime show is brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Together. They need penalty flag, their worst enemy, not the Clinton defense. But Madison Central with a 14-3 lead. Got to feel pretty good about that last 48-yard drive, 2 plays, big run by Cam White, and a nice quarterback run-pass option, read option, whatever you want to call it. Holiday kept it around that left side, got great blocking downfield, and took it to the house.
Cal Nation will kick it away to the Clinton Arrows, as they're going to get Brandon Davis back deep to receive, along with Torrance Newell. Is it Torrance? Terrence Newell, I apologize. Terrence Newell. Cal Nation ready to kick it away with 18 seconds to play before half. Jaguars get a quick score late in the second quarter, and it's going to be a pooch kick, and the Clinton Arrows are going to take it at the 22-yard line. Gets out of a tackle, steps out of it, got some room. Looking over here to the left side. Jaguars are going to have to pursue, and they'll take him out of bounds at the 42-yard line with 9 seconds left on the clock. And, boy, saving that tackle was Madison Central's Cameron Moore.
Well, a high pooch kick came down about the 25-yard line.
Arrows will have 9 seconds on the clock. The ball will be on their own 42-yard line. They trail 14-3. And Hunter Halsey will go to work. Probably going to try to sling it downfield one time. They're not afraid to do it, that's for sure. Trent receivers here to the near side. Jaguars going to loosen up on defense now. Keep everybody out of the end zone. Halsey from the gun. He wants to throw. Backing up, under pressure. Now has to step up. Throws it. The pass is incomplete. And that'll take us to nothing left. That'll take us to nothing left. That's the half, and the Jaguars win it 14-3. We'll take a 3-minute timeout here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Madison. Independent Roofing Systems.
At the time, Jeremy Ruffin and Eddie Moss was some outstanding football players for the
Jeremy Ruffin going to Ole Miss to play ball, and Eddie finished his days La Tech. Yes. So Jim Hill takes the field again. Ball will be put down at their own 36-yard line. And that was actually a gain of 31 on that play. Number 12 goes in motion, handed off up the middle, and he will be wrapped up by number 97, Zarion Anderson. Will bring up second down. No gain on that play right there. 10:22 left to go in the second quarter. 10:22 left to go in the half until halftime. And, of course, we've got all the halftime festivities of homecoming, where Meridian High School will name a homecoming queen, one of the great traditions in high school football. And we'll be celebrating that tonight here at Meridian High School. And we'll try to get everybody tuned in. We know we got some people at home interested in listening tonight just to see who wins homecoming queen. All right, number 7, Julian Selvey, not watching the ball and runs across the line. And we'll give Jim Hill 5 more yards. So that's the third time tonight we've got a linebacker who just has gotten too anxious.
Right, and you know what, Tim,
just giving up yards.
Right, we're enjoying comfortably a 21-point lead here in the second quarter, but those are things that you don't want to see. Not against a team like Jim Hill.
2nd and 5 now for the Tigers. Ball is snapped, and number 5 just looking to throw it to somebody, throws it away, almost intercepted there by number 20, Derek Terrell. Let me tell you something about this Jim Hill quarterback. He is not afraid to throw that ball into track. Like he will throw it at you.
Right. Jim Hill quarterback, he reminds you of one of those kids that when spring practice started, the coach found the most athletic kid on the team and said, "Hey, I'm put you at quarterback, run you a couple plays," and he's shifty. He's shifty and he's tough.
Right, because they're not the Meridian High defensive line is getting penetration, but not getting a clean lick on him at all. He's getting away. Defensive line sets up. Jim Hill looks to the sideline for the play. Play clock goes down to 2 seconds. Ball is snapped. Looks like Jim Hill probably got that timeout. We'll see if they did or not right here. Or is there a flag on the play? There is a flag. Will be a false start, so that will back the Tigers up 5 yards. The ball will be placed down right at the 36-yard line. They have to get to the 46 for a first down. 9:28 left to go in the half. Cats lead by a score of 21-0. And Jim Hill with the ball right now, but the Cats looking to cause another turnover here on defense and get it back for T. Adams. Jim Hill fakes the snap here. A lot of movement back there. A lot of fake snap going on. Back and forth. Number 5 drops back, throws it over the middle. Caught on that sideline. Ball fumbled, though. It's on the ground. We'll see who pick it up.
Cats has the ball.
It is Meridian ball. So a nice throw and catch by Jim Hill, but good pursuit by the Cats to force that fumble. And the recovery is by Meridian. And that's what the Cats will take over on the Jim Hill the 41-yard line. Jim Hill 41-yard line. 9:18 left to go.
A lot of mishaps for the Cats, but were able to get a gift wrapped to them. Now T. Adams and company bring the potent offense back on the field tonight, and let's see, can we cook some more points up?
Nobody covering up John Spinks right here. Okay, they get somebody out there. T. Adams is in the backfield. He's got 4 wide receivers. Ball. He looks in the area of Kendrick Brown, trying to get away now. He needs to just throw that ball away. He gets away, runs up the left sideline, still in bounds now. Makes another man miss at the 45. He gets across to the 30-yard line, and a busted play for Meridian turns into a big gain for the Cats.
Look, like a gain of 13 yards, but he scrambled for looked like 1,000 yards. But great play for T. T was able to scramble out under a lot of the pressure. Should have threw that ball away. A flag is on the ground. We're gonna see what that flag is about. It looks like it's gonna be holding against Meridian, but T, that's just T making something out of nothing. But to go back to that play, even though it's positive, it's coming back now, you would like to see him throw that ball away in other circumstances. Against a team like Jim Hill, you can get away with that tonight. But against Oak Grove, Brandon, Pearl, Petal, they would make you pay for plays like you have to throw that ball away. You go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 25 on a play like that. You got to throw that ball away. That's a good call, VP. So, and even now, we'll go back behind the chains, because we will get a holding call here. We'll see how far they back us up. Let's see. It was a holding call. The official are still.
So it must have been. It must have been from the spot of the foul.
Right.
Because they will place the ball down right at the 43-yard line. 1st and 12 from the 43. It is at the 9:01 mark. Cats still lead by a score of 21-0. And officials still talking about what to do here. They have not left
the players are lined up ready to play, and the officials are still sitting right there in the middle of that M and talking things over.
All right, so now we've got a decision, I guess. And I want to give a shout out to the Jim Hill band director, who is Meridian High School alumni.
Really?
Marcus Walker, class of 2000, Jackson State graduate. He is the band director for Jim Hill. So Meridian just everywhere.
Hey, so you mean to tell me, even though we got this band battle, going on in the stands right now.
Yes.
It's Jim Hill DNA still bleeds Marine Wildcat.
Kind of, yes.
I love it.
The band director is a former Wildcat here. He was a member of the greatest band in all the land, graduated in the class of 2000. So we want to give a shout out to Mr. Marcus Walker down there. He always comes back to Meridian, likes to have a good time with his band in the stands. Coach Hampton having the ball right now on the field. 9:01 left to go in the half right now. T. Adams drops back under some pressure there. Rolls to his left side, and that will be intentional grounding. That is going to be intentional grounding. T. Adams has got to get rid of that ball earlier.
Right.
And it is a jailbreak on that left side of that line. A jailbreak.
Well, you want to see, and you know that's one of the simplest things that you can learn at the quarterback position is, hey, if you don't see nothing and you're under pressure, hey, just throw that ball out of bounds and live to see another day. Right there, T had the right idea, but had it at the wrong time, and like he's going to get a intentional ground and just off that last holding penalty that's knocked us back 10 yards, and look like we're going to get pushed back some more. So we're going to be facing a first and
second.
A first and 8th Street in a minute.
So they're going to push the ball back again. Looks like we got 6 more yards. That pushes us all the way back on the other side of the field. Ball will be put down at the 37-yard line. And ball has to get across the 50 to the 31 for the first down. More flags now. More flags. And I'm telling you, it is.
Now, this is what we have wanted to get away from.
Mm-hmm.
As awesome as the first quarter was for the Wildcats, this has been a replica of what we did not want to see in this second quarter. So let's see, can we get back on track and build off a excellent start. And this is not what you want to see as the Cats piling up the penalties.
2nd and 37 now. Ball is on the 32-yard line. T. Adams. Ball is pitched back to number 4, Jaquarius Dean. He will get up the middle of the field. The senior making people miss all over the place. Picks up a lot of those yards back. Ball will be placed down at the 50. That is a 18-yard gain. But when you got 2nd and 37, you got 19 more yards to get here.
Tell you, it was 1st and 8th Street, man.
8 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. T. Adams hands the ball off. You know he keeps it off that left side, and he will get up the left sideline, making some people miss there, but he'll step out of bounds just before he gets the first down. They'll mark him out at the 33-yard line.
He'll be a little short of the first down.
We'll see what Coach Hampton elects to do right here. Coach Gibbs and Coach Hampton making the call. That's going to bring up 4th and 1. 4th and 3. No, it's 4th down because it had the intentional grounding.
That's right.
All right, 4th and 2. Ball passed out quickly to Jaquarius Dean. He has nobody in front of him on the right side at the 20. 15 makes a man miss at the 10. Shoved out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. They'll mark him down at the, we'll call that the 6-yard line. So good pass play from T. Adams to Jaquarius Dean. And that will be, ball was at the 30-yard line. It's at the 6 now, so that'd be a gain of 24 yards on that play. So 1st and goal now for the Cats. Ball placed at the 6. T. Adams has 4 wide receivers to one side and nobody to the left. He runs up the middle. He'll get in the end zone. Touchdown, Meridian High. Touchdown. Oh, wow, the Cats. 7:57 mark in the second quarter. Get a 6-yard touchdown run there by T. Adams. Pending the extra point will bring your score to 27-0.
Yeah, just nice little quarterback draw. T was able to follow his blocker, but they opened up a nice hole for him. And the Cats was able, after what started off as a very dreadful drive with 3 crazy penalties, the Wildcats were able to get back on the ship and able to march down the field and put some more points on the board that has us at the 7:57 mark, with your Wildcats leading the Jim Hill Tigers 27-0.
Vitali Rojas gets the ball down, kick is up, and it is good. No rush there from Jim Hill. 7:57 left to go. Score is 28-0 in favor of the blue and the white. We will take a 30-second station break on your home for Wildcat football, 95.1 The Beat.
You've probably heard by now that we're changing the car buying experience with salaried customer assistants instead of commissioned salespeople. The response has been unbelievable. One thing that has a deal, but don't take it from me.
I chose New South Ford over Jackson and Union dealers.
I would recommend New South Ford to anybody needing a new truck.
If you want a great deal on a truck, car, or SUV, you've got to go to New South Ford.
New South Ford, your stress-free dealer.
Hey, man. Okay. We welcome you back to 95.1 to be your home for Wildcat Radio and Meridian High School Wildcat football. After that touchdown by T. Adams, a 6-yard touchdown drive, we'll let P give you the scoring drive.
The Meridian Wildcats were able to take control of the ball at the 9:18 mark in the second quarter, and after the drive started with 3 sailors back 25 yards, the Wildcat were facing first and 37 and did nothing but big play after big play. We're going to come back to my scoring drive because the Jim Hill just got a great punt return for a 37-yarder to bring it to midfield. So good return for Jim Hill. But going back to the scoring drive, Marine was able to have big runs by Jaquarius Dean of 18 yards, another big run by T. Adams of 15 yards, a big pass and catch to Jaquarius Dean for 24 yards, and T was able to cap that drive off at the 7:55 mark on a 6-yard TD quarterback draw.
And after that, that kick return there by Jim Hill, ball was taken at about the 20-yard line, and as P said, they got a good return there. They will start 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. So 29-yard return. Ball snapped over the head of the quarterback, and Jamon Gordon there just to bring down the running back of Jim Hill. Busted play for the Tigers. Running back in the right place at the right time, caught the bad snap, but he wasn't able to go any further. 7:32 left to go. Second and 19 now for Jim Hill. After that bad snap on the first down play. Good tackle by Jamon Gordon. And we'll see if Jim Hill can get something going in this second half. A lot of motion here. Jim Hill runs a lot of veer and flags everywhere. Somebody was offsides. Somebody was on the wrong side of the football. Just people everywhere on that play right there. And that will most definitely be on Jim Hill as a false start.
You know, when you got a lot of motion like that with young players, you typically somebody want to jump the gun a little bit, and that's going to set Jim Hill back a little bit. Let's see, can the Cats recognize that we have them on their heels right now, and see can we put a little pressure on these guys.
7:03 left to go in the first half, and Jim Hill backed up 4 more yards. Second, and we'll say ball is placed back at the 25. They've got to get to the 40-yard line. The other side of the field for the first down. Oh, almost picked off there on that play by Xavier Curry. He was just kind of sort of waiting on that screen and couldn't get his hands on it just a little bit early. He saw the end zone and got a bit ahead of himself. That'll bring up 3rd and forever for Jim Hill.
Have a score that I know that you're interested in, Tim, that we were talking about earlier tonight. Pearl are knotted at 0 at halftime. So a defensive battle.
Yeah.
Defensive battle right now. That's
good district game right there.
Great district game.
3rd and forever now for Jim Hill. And number 5 will try to get away again. And Tatiana Gordon says, no, sir. No, sir.
Tatiana Gordon's a good-looking
Tatiana Gordon is a ball hawk, man. Just ran. Great linebacker in pursuit. You can tell he runs downhill, tackles well. And that will bring up 4th down. Jim Hill will have to punt again. And you said that score is 0-0.
0-0.
Next week we will be in Pearl. Yeah, guys have got that game circled on the schedule. And
got to take leadership and discipline down that road to Pearl.
Most definitely.
Because that's one thing. Pearl is going to be well coached.
Yes.
He'll be well coached. So you got to be disciplined down in Pearl.
All right, now. So the Jim Hill Tigers will have to punt this ball away. Snap is high again. He gets it down. Good punt this time, though. Good punt. Back there waiting is Eli Stringfellow. And he does take the punt. He wants to get away. Still fighting. They will blow the whistle. He is brought down. And so the Wildcat offense will get the ball with 5 minutes left in the first half. And T. Adams and company will get the opportunity to make something happen, put some more. Ball will be placed at the 33-yard line. And looks like Mr. Eli Stringfellow will stay on the field here, see if he can get some action on offense.
Yeah, he's a weapon all across the board. It looks like we got a new tailback that came in. I think that's Devontae Brown, number 27. Another short stature back, but very powerful, quick. Kind of put you in the mind of Rodriguez Mosley a little bit. Probably not as much burst, but a lot of power behind him. So you don't lose too much when Mr. Brown enters the game.
Devin Brown, yeah. Devin Brown. I messed his name up all last week. He did correct me. I was calling him Mr. Tankster.
Devin Brown.
Look, we've got about 4 backs. They all look the same, though. You got Tanksley, you got Devin Brown, you got Rodriguez Mosley. And the only one I can really tell that's out there is Jaquarius Dean. You can tell him from everybody, but the rest of them they're under 6 feet. They run low to the ground and really, really fast.
Right, very shifted back. We don't have that idea of power back,
that bruiser
that we typically have.
Right.
We have a lot of shifty bats, and they're electrifying. If the offensive line can produce some holes for those kind of bats, once they get in the secondary, they are hard to catch.
They are. We've got then you got just a lot of like P said, a lot of young, hard to hit people out there on the field. You got Eli Stringfellow out there running around, and Jaquarius Dean. Those guys are really fast and really hard to catch up with. But right now, T. Adams has Devin Brown in the backfield with him. We've got 4 wide receivers stacked to 2 to each side, and Devin Brown is in the backfield. T. Adams takes the snap, fakes the handoff under a little bit of pressure, rolls to his left side, gets away, rolls back to his left now, throws it up, intended for Kurt Martin. Kurt Martin will catch the ball, but there will be a flag down. When you got that much movement and you got offensive linemen running around that long, somebody's going to hold somebody.
Yeah, somebody want to show some love and give each other a hug, when you got that much going on. But, Tim, you know what? Even though T is
there's actually an illegal man downfield on Meridian, so that's still going to come back and give us a 5-yard penalty. Go ahead.
He's able to elude pressure, but this is the thing, Tim. They're getting pressure. They're getting pressure. So that's an area that's still a concern.
Up front, yes.
Up front, that's a most definitely issue that has to come together some kind of way, because you just can't get nothing against Jim Hill, but you don't expect them to generate that much pressure. And
he has been running around too much.
He's been running around way too much tonight.
4 wide receivers, 3 to the left and 1 to the right. The lone man at the top side is Kurt Martin. Ball passed out quickly to Eli Stringfellow. He gets to the left side. He is fast. Makes a man miss at the 45. Still running. Brought down across the 50-yard line. Inside the 50. They will mark him down at the 49. That will be a gain of, we'll say, 16 yards for Eli Stringfellow.
Yeah, just an absolutely playmaker. One of the most elite defenders we have, and, put him at wide out and able to show you some of that electricity over there.
It's going to be 19 yards. 19 yards for Eli Stringfellow. 1st and 10. Play fake. Ball passed over to the left side. Kendrick Brown gets the ball on the left sideline. Good quick play. Quick pass. Good throw. Good catch. Kendrick Brown gets another first down. That will be 14 yards right there. Ball will be put down at the, we'll call that the 37-yard line. 37-yard line of Jim Hill. T. Adams waits on the snap, fakes the handoff, ball thrown up that left side. Kendrick Brown looking for it. It is caught. Did he get in the end zone? No, he goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line. That is a great ball by T. Adams.
Best looking pass and catch that the Wildcats have done all year long. Beautiful play.
T. Adams gets the pressure and throws it up that left sideline. And that will be a pass and catch for 28 yards right there. 1st and goal now from the 1 for Meridian. Ball handed off inside, and we're going to have some flags here. That's probably going to be false start. we'll see what it is.
Well, just quick, good aerial strikes right now from the Wildcats as we try to see what this penalty is going to be. Eli got the game started with a nice 19-yard catch. And then you got Mr. Brown that came up with 2 big catches of 14 yards and 36 yards.
36 yards,
36 yards.
Ball handed off up the middle to Mr. Devin Brown. He gets in the end zone, and that is a touchdown for Meridian High. Touchdown, Wildcats. 4:38 left to go in the first half. Cats push that lead to 34-0, pinning this extra point, and should go into halftime leading by a score of 35-0 here.
Yeah, great. Just a great game by the Cats, just to calm the nerves a little bit. But, hey, if your coach you see this game, it's a game on paper that you know you should have won and you know you should have dominated. But, you know, if you're coaching right now, you're still seeing some things that you need to get taken care of. But, hey, right now it's homecoming. We got the grills fired up, the gumbo cooking, the seafood burning, and
stands packed, too, man. The Wildcat faithful came out. Alumni came out tonight.
So right now we're going to enjoy this 35-0 score.
We are. 4:38 left to go in the second quarter. Cats lead by a score of 35-0. And after that point after touchdown by Neftali Rojas, Neftali has gone, 4 for 4 tonight.
Looking good. And I'm going to go over that scoring drive right quick. At the 5, the Wildcats was able to take over the ball at the 5:58 mark. And Eli Stringfellow was able to get the party started with a pass and catch from T. Adams for 19 yards. Mr. Adams was able to connect with Mr. Brown on catches of 14 to 36 yards that set up a 2-yard touchdown run for Mr. Devin Brown. So at the 4:38 mark, the extra point was true. And the Wildcats lead the Jim Hill Tigers 35-0.
Ball is placed at the 40-yard line, and Neftali will get ready to kick this ball away. Got 3 Jim Hill Tigers back deep to receive this kick. Ball is kicked straight up the middle. Will be taken here at the 20-yard line again, and he will try to advance upfield. Spins out of one tackle, gets away, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. We'll call it there from Jim Hill. They've had some good kick returns there, and again that has been a point of interest for the Wildcats as well this year. Once they score touchdowns, that pursuit on kickoff has not been what you want it to be. We're just going to be honest here. And when you got athletes on the field, Jim Hill has athletes that can make people miss, and they're getting good field position. So that's another one of those things we want to point out to you that Meridian has struggled with throughout the season. 4:29 left to go in the second quarter. Jim Hill comes out 35-0 in favor of the blue and white. And everybody was fooled. The Jim Hill offensive line, everybody was fooled right there. That's going to be a false start. It's going to push Jim Hill back 5 yards, and that will place them, put the ball back at the 37. At the 37-yard line, bring up 1st and 15 for Jim Hill.
You know what? This looks like it's going to be one of those 9-10 that you can probably get some younger guys in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely don't want to go into next week, especially against defending district champ Pearl banged up. Right now, you're looking pretty good. Scores looking pretty good. Halftime, after half, I look for us to get some of the young guys in the game.
Ball handed off up the left side, gets away from one tackler and brought down with a gain of 4 yards. We'll bring up 2nd and 11 now for Jim Hill. Clock ticking down, getting close to 4 minutes here. Got some Tigers cramping up down the field. They're, like we said, not very deep on that sideline. Jim Hill isn't, so you've got a lot of players going both ways. You want to keep those kids safe, get them on and off the field. 2nd and 11. For the Jim Hill Tigers. Ball is snapped, handed off up the middle, and my gracious.
Pick your Wildcat, Tim.
My goodness.
Pick your
gracious
Wildcat.
alive. The field was taken away. Number 94, Joshua Ruffin. Good-looking youngster there.
That was 97. We keep on saying 94. I guess he's a big guy. That 7 kind of rolled up on him a little bit, but that's why we keep on. But that's number 97, 99, and number 40. If you can get those kids' names, show them a little love on the radio.
Joshua Ruffin there on that initial tackle.
And number 40 was Brown, and 99 was Leviticus Madison.
Jim Hill now, 3rd and 14, rolls to the left side, throws it up in the air again in the area of number 26 for the Tigers, but also defending on that play was number 26 for Meridian, Jalen Jennings in there on that play. And ball falls incomplete, brings up 4th down. Cats will get the ball again. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go. We get another punt here.
You know, with 3 minutes and 13 seconds, as quick as Meridian have scored as elite at the defense, this can be a situation where you can go 2 for 10. You know, you get a quick straight right here, go put your defense back on the field, and add some more points on the board.
35-0 is your score right now. 3:13 left to go in this first half. Eli Stringfellow back deep to receive. We hadn't had a kickoff. We hadn't had a punt return for a touchdown, have we, this year?
Here we go.
Kick is up. Eli will let it bounce, and he'll pick it up at the 30. He's got one man to beat at the 25. He'll get up. He pops out at the 40. 25. Oh, and he's brought down. They do throw a flag. Looks like it's going to be blocking the back. And we knew Eli was due for it right there.
Let me tell you something, buddy. I was going to take you to casino tonight because you just called that one.
I don't know if we got a holding or a block in the back on that right sideline, but Eli Stringfellow had his eyes locked on that end zone.
It looked like Eli must got a radio in his headphones and said, okay, so Mr. Lowe, you said we haven't ran one back this year? I'll take care of that.
It was almost there. One step away. They're going to count off that hold. Ball down. Let's see where they put it at.
But you know what's exciting as well? Let's go back to the real problem right now. In a big district game, that's good field position that you have to have.
Yes.
And those are costly penalties that we cannot have. You know,
yes.
Eli Stringfellow was able to give us a good open return, but what we do, we get a penalty and shoot us right back.
Ball goes from the 27 to the 37. So that 10-yard holding penalty. T. Adams gets ready to snap the ball. False start on Meridian. 2:55 left to go in the second quarter. Meridian leads by a score of 35-0. That will be a false start on the offensive line of the Wildcats.
Just 2 minutes. That's the area you want to see cleaned up. Just still 2 minute penalties against a team that you're more superior than.
Don't want to start behind the chains. That's self-inflicted, and you can't have it. 1st and 15 now. Ball placed back at the 42-yard line. T. Adams drops back, throws over the middle, left side intended for Kurt Martin. Kurt Martin catches the ball, brought down, catches that cleanly. No, he doesn't. No catch there. Looks like Kurt had it. He must have lost it when he hit the ground, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Cats. But T. Adams did throw it up there looking for Kurt Martin, and, jump ball. Kurt is the bigger guy. Looks like he should have came down with it right there.
Right, kind of just actually hit the top of his shoulder pad and bounced off. He never actually had possession of the ball.
2:47 left to go in the second quarter. Ball handed off on the left side. Jaquarius Dean makes a man miss, trying to get upfield, and he does on the outside at the 30. And see if he gets enough of that first down. No, he just shy of the first down. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 32-yard line, and that will be a gain of 13 yards on that carry. So it'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the Cats. 3rd and 2 for the Cats right now. 13-yard carry for Jaquarius Dean. When you need a big play, they're giving the ball to the senior right there and let him run with it. 3rd and 2 now for the Cats. Ball is placed at the 26-yard line. 2:37 left to go in the half. T. Adams rolls outside, pitches it back to Rodriguez Mosley. He tries to get back up inside, makes a man miss, and he does get brought down from the backside. Got to block somebody on the outside. Really and truly, got to block somebody. Play is drawn up, and Jim Hill took it away. No blocking on the outside there. So now you got 4th and 5 now for Meridian. 2:12 left to go. And offsides by Jim Hill.
Yeah, they were showing, Jim Hill was showing a corner blitz, and the corner just didn't time it quite right. Number 7 for Jim Hill, and we was able to get some yardage back. That's going to give the Wildcats an automatic first down.
So a little gift there for Meridian. 1st and 10 now. Ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cats. 25-yard line, 2 minutes to go. T. Adams and company will try to get in the end zone again. He's got 2 people in the backfield with him, Jaquarius Dean and Rodriguez Mosley. Looks up the left side under some pressure and doesn't get away, does get away. He'll throw the ball up, looking for Kurt Martin in the back of the end zone. And Kurt Martin will catch that ball for another Wildcat touchdown. Big time pass, big time catch. Great play from T. Adams to Kurt Martin. Ball was at the 25-yard line. Now that's going to be 25 yards, but that was about a 40-yard pass because he was 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
He scrambled back, but just showed that big arm, and like I said, was able to attack on some more points, and that should be enough to be able to get some of the younger guys in to finish this game out.
With that touchdown pass,
the red zone. They've run through it to score. The first time they've been down here to work in the red zone, looks like they're going to settle for a field goal try. Josh Rand will be on for the field goal try for the Cougars. On the hold will be Houston Smith. Anthony Stupico will provide the snap for the Cougars. Again, a 30-yard try here from the left hash. It's a good snap. It's a good hold. It kicks up. It's got plenty of distance. And, again, it's going to be plenty good. So the Cougars stretch it back out to 7 points with 7:24 left to go in the third quarter. This Northwest ranking now 24, Warren Central 17. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. You're listening to watching Northwest ranking football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
40, 45, midfield. Joe Johnson in the 49.
That's what you want to see.
Looks like Larry Fields with the tackle.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. You want to see something positive right there from the game to start this series off. And Charles, I mentioned it over halftime. Coach is mixing up, adding that read option in, that jet sweep, and throwing his defense off and making them guess there as they're scanning again.
Gain of 18 right there.
Goal on Josh Rand. Stretches the Cougar lead back out to 7 points. And Godan will provide the Shane Tapper Shelter Insurance kickoff for the Cougars. It's going to go deep down to Wilson for the Vikings, who's going to bring it back up just across the 25-yard line. Looks like the Vikings are going to start 1st and 10 from about their own 26-yard line.
Starkville now leading Provine 28-0.
Very impressive. Anytime. Provine's always tough, and especially when you have to come play them at Hughes Field. But
definitely.
Looks like the Yellow Jackets are getting it done.
Starkville's a good football team.
Which is where the Cougars go next week.
That's right.
Fred Barnum, quarterback for the Vikings, leads his offense back out onto the field. He's 1st and 10 from his own 27-yard line. He's going to set his tight end now to the left side. He's going to take the snap, go on the throw on a wide receiver screen to the right side. I believe that was Funchess. Just seems like 80% of the plays have went to Funchess tonight.
He's been pretty important.
Yeah,
he's run the football a lot on that jet sweep, and they've thrown it to him a couple of times.
6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4. Again from the gun. Barnum going in a little bit of a hurry up now. Same play. Again to Funchess. See, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, though. He's only going to – I'm not sure he's going to pick up anything. Actually, I believe it's going to be 3rd down and 4. Or they're saying it's incomplete, maybe.
Funchess came in with 20 carries, 163 yards, but he also had 8 receptions for 86 yards and a touchdown.
Interesting there that they go back with the same play back. I think they just called it incomplete.
Oh, he
They're going to call a false start.
Call a false start against the offense.
So false start against the Vikings. Will back it up 5 yards, and we'll replay the down. It'll be 2nd down and 9 now for Warren Central.
I never saw the penalty flag.
Yeah, me either. That was one of those camouflage cozy outfitters penalty flags. So on the cozy outfitters penalty, it's now 2nd and 9 for the Vikings from their own 28-yard line. Barnum's going to set Funchess in the backfield now with him. He's going to take the snap, go on the handoff to Funchess. He's looking for running room around the left side. Breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to fight far up and past the first down marker. It's going to be a first down for the Vikings. They're going to be 1st and 10 now from their own 38-yard line.
2 Cougars had the opportunity right at the line of scrimmage, and he ran right in between them, and neither one of them got a paw on him. Madison Central now leads Clinton 21-3, 9:25 left third quarter.
And we mentioned this is a hot night, and that's a tired Cougar defense out there on the field. They've been out there a lot tonight. They've held Warren Central so far to only 17 points as we're about halfway through the third quarter. Getting close to the heat timeout. Barnum working from the pistol. Going to go on the option play. Now he's going to pull back. Now he is going to go on the option. And Wilson thought maybe he's going to come back and throw it. And a well ran on the option play that time by the Vikings. They're going to get about 9 yards. It'll set up 2nd and 1.
And I don't want to say it again, but tackling, again, an issue there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we'll take the Simpson Orthodontics heat timeout. Simpson Orthodontics, where you can get a perfect smile to last a lifetime. We'll take a break now, and we'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Cougar football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
You made a promise to work, to lend a hand, to push, to build, to invest yourself, to make a difference. You made a promise, and so did we.
Out of motion, Joe Johnson back to pass. They try the middle screen, catch 45, and drag down short of midfield. Crowd wants a horse collar.
That was a horse collar, yeah, it looked like it.
The tackle short of midfield by Wolf. So they bring up 4th down and 16, and they're going to kick. Well, this punting is an adventure. Hayden has bobbled a couple of opportunities on these long snaps.
Yeah. Greg has bobbled about 4 this year, and one I've noticed was his fault. You know, but the other 3 ones on the long snap.
Jack Hunter Johnson back at his 12-yard line. We got a delay of game coming up against the Gators.
Is it a penalty or the official timeout?
I guess a delay of game. Gators will back it up.
Nobody threw a flag. Nobody even threw a flag. How about that?
The referee's walking this way. Legal participation.
They got the delay of game.
A delay of game, it was showing zeros.
Yeah, I think he did the wrong signal.
So Greg Hayden at his 30-yard line. The snap. The kick. Short kick.
He's going to have plenty of room. He's across midfield. He's across the 40, across the 30. He's down inside the 20. One man to beat. He's going to be tackled right at the goal line. They're going to say he's going to be just short at the 1-yard line. Boy, that's a big scamper just right up the middle by Fred Barnum for the Vikings.
Just blew a hole wide open right up the middle of the field, and he almost took it into the end zone. Credit to the Cougars for running him down at about the half-yard line.
Yep. And not a surprise on the play.
Not at all. Not at all.
Pretty much what we thought. So it's going to be 1st and goal Vikings now. They're knocking on the door of the Cougars, a chance to tie the ball game up once again. I think we've been tied up 2 other times tonight so far. This would be the 3rd. Barnum's going to work from the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to go on the handoff to Wilson, who goes off the right side, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. With 4:19 left to go in the third quarter, it's now Northwest Rankin 24, Warren Central 23, point after try coming. On for the point after attempt for the Vikings is going to be John William Madison, who just converted a 5-yard field goal try earlier in the quarter. The extra point try is going to be up, and it's going to be good. So with 4:19 left to go in the third quarter, it's now Northwest Rankin 24, Warren Central 24. Take a break and be back with the kickoff in just a moment. You're watching Cougar football here on Cougar Broadcast.
Let's face it, you aren't just a man or just a woman. You are athletes. You aren't just athletes. You're a team. You're more than just a team. You're a family.
Game against Clinton.
Well, that was fortunate. Madison Central trying to get players on the field.
There was confusion.
Yeah, special teams unit. Now Madison Central will change some things out.
Josh Cofield will get back there with Andre Mack and get the correct amount of players there.
Madison Central possibly going for the punt block. Looks like they are.
Everybody will stack up the line there. And gets a long snap back. Jaguars are coming, and the punt is going to get away. It's going to hit, and it's going to be downed inside the 5, right at the 5-yard line.
Well, no opportunity on the short kick. Or the
a lot of heads down on the East Rankin football team. They may have just about put it in the tank as the Cougars are just putting a pounding on them. 2nd down and 20. 10-yard loss. Quarterback rolling, looking. Throwing deep. That may be picked. Oh, knocked down by Hunter Klein. Incomplete. 3rd down and 20.
Hunter Klein. Pressure by the Cougar defensive line.
Did not happen. He got whipped, and he's going to come out and have a conversation with the coaches on that one, it looks like.
That was Cameron.
Looks like Cameron Carroll coming out.
Yeah, that was Cameron Carroll on the carry for the Cougars. He did fight back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll set up 2nd and 10 now. Northwest Rankin from their own 20-yard line. Jamari Jones working at quarterback for the Cougars out of the shotgun, looking to throw. Gets pressure, but he gets it down the left side. He's looking for Jarian Jones over there. That was a big hit that time on Jamari Jones for the Cougars.
And Jones was open down the field.
Yes, he was.
He was behind his defender, and when Jones looks at that throw on tape, he'll realize he's got to put a little air under that. You can't throw that just flat. He overthrew that by 10 yards, but if he throws it out there with a little air under it, Jones is able to run underneath that, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown right now.
You're exactly right. He threw that on a bullet, and like you said, he needed to have some air in it, but he was getting pressure. So
he had pressure coming.
So 3rd down and 10. It's a CIA autoplex 3rd down for the Cougars, and they're going to go on the screen to Cameron Carroll. He's going to have enough for a 1st down. He's across midfield. He's across the 30. They're not going to catch him. The only question now is, did he stay in bounds? And it looks like he did. It's going to be a touchdown for the Cougars.
Boy, and what a pretty, well-designed play. It's a screen pass out to the left side. You get those big offensive linemen out there. They do their job. And then Cameron Carroll, that's the first time he's really broken free this evening. I know that had to feel good to that young man to get into the end zone.
So the Cougars get the big conversion on the CIA autoplex 3rd down. And it's an Anytime Fitness touchdown. Touchdowns brought to you by Anytime Fitness in Flowood, celebrating 11 years in Flowood. On for the point after try for the Cougars is going to be Josh Rand, and he's going to send it up and good. So with 3:19 left to go in the third quarter, it's now Northwest Rankin 31, Warren Central 24. We'll take a break and be back with the kickoff in just a moment. You're watching Northwest Rankin football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
Tyrese Wilford had a great night on special teams.
Oh, we got a flag.
Really?
Oh, at the 37.
Don't tell me that. That's 2 great returns negated by penalties for Tyrese Wilford.
Coach Breland with his hat off, hands on his hips, body language says it all. Like, what could this be?
Yeah, what now? They're going to throw him out this time if he's back on the field again.
Personal foul. Referee.
Oh, he's
It's a personal foul against the Gators.
The fan Coach Breeden off the field like, get off the field, you.
Coach Breland is obviously not happy.
I believe Coach Breland is going to take an early shower tonight.
Here in the district opener, I tell you what, he's into it for sure.
He's reminding me of Rasheed Wallace right about now. Remember Rasheed Wallace used to argue with the refs all day. His mom said, are you going to play basketball or are you going to argue? Everybody on the knee.
Telling his team to take a knee while he has a word with the referee. And I think Coach Breland wants to really say some more words, and the referee is pretty much saying, look, this is probably, well, whatever I don't know what that conversation is about.
Yeah, it was short. I think he gave him the option to go back to the sideline or you can go get in the shower. But because Coach Breland did put it in reverse and came back to the coach's box.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 7:24 left in this third quarter. 24-7. The Gators trail here in the district opener. Joe Johnson with one on the play clock. They're going to get called for a delay of game.
Are you serious?
So the Gators are faced with first down and 15. You know, in the football locker room, there's a big whiteboard, and on that board, players can post comments about what's going right, what's going wrong. And, you know, some of the comments, you know, they're just saying, hey, let's play as a team. We're 0-0. Forget about the record out of district. We're 0-0 going into this game. And here's Joe Johnson losing the ball and falls on it at the 15-yard line. Another negative play here. The Gators led at one point 7-6. Jay Thompson.
Yeah.
Is all going the wrong way for the Gators.
Yeah, first time the Gators led, I think, all year, actually. And now they're going in reverse here. They started this drive with great field position and a penalty prior to that.
Second down and 20.
Yeah, everybody's out of sync. And I tell you, I understand Coach Breland is venting and he's expressing his frustration there. But that energy bleeds over into your team. And the Gators really don't need to see that right now. If they see the coach become unraveled and they think, hey, it's okay for us to come unraveled, then, you just need to stay positive as you possibly can. I understand things are not going your way, but you still got 6 minutes and 40 minutes left in the third quarter. You got an entire fourth quarter to play football. Let's just forget about it. You can't change anything. They're not picking up any flags and replaying. This is high school football, so let's just play. That's a fumble.
There's a check down.
Scoop and score.
And are they going to rule it a catch and a fumble? Or is
the offensive guy on that play? Then the Warren Central guy did.
That was a little bit of the same play that happened when the Cougars had the football when Carson Banks went up and grabbed. There were both offense and defense had the football, and they gave it to him. Now, Coach Collins is wanting an explanation. He's getting it right now, and he is not happy at all.
Well, you can't blame him, especially as long as they took on that, and the initial call was a turnover. That's a tough one. That is a really tough one, especially when you thought you had your defense off the field.
Well, that's a big play. That's a long pass play, sets them up.
Yep.
Inside Cougar territory.
This thing's going back and forth. If the Cougars could have got the ball right there and maybe come down and got some points and got this thing to more than a one touchdown ball game, it's been 7 points or less all night.
You're right.
I tell you what, it's getting this Cougar crowd fired up, I can tell you that.
Yeah, both teams kind of out on the field waiting for this explanation to finish, and they're all trying to get their fans up and going. Coach Collins still working on getting an explanation. He's not happy
his case,
at all.
Yeah. And if you're a referee, this is the last thing you want to do. You want to make that quick call. Of course, you want to get it right, but this is not what you want to have going on right here.
That's right.
You're not going to make both these guys happy.
No way.
Which probably tells you that maybe they're not sure if they got it right or not anyway, if it's taking this long.
And the huddle has grown. It started with 2, now it's 4. Coach Collum, hands on hips right now, just listening to the white hat try to explain it to him.
Maybe we'll get instant replay in high school one day. Now he's talking to it looks like the referee that made the call.
He's still upset.
He's still not happy.
Still upset.
Nonetheless, it's going to be 1st and 10 Vikings there in Cougar territory at the 41-yard line. Fred Barnum's going to stay in the shotgun. He's going to move his tight end now from the right side to the left side. He's going to go on the handoff. I believe that was Wilson. Wilson on the carry. He's going to pick up maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
And interesting, Onai Sparks comes out of that pile with the football, but still stays in Warren Central's hands at the 40-yard line.
It did seem to fire up this Cougar defense a little bit, but we got a lot of football to play. We're 2.5 minutes still to go, and we're only in the 3rd quarter. Cougars up 31-24. 2nd and 9, Warren Central now at the Cougar 40-yard line. Barnum out of the shotgun. He's looking to throw. He gets pressure. He has to throw it quick, but he's going to get it to Wilson, and Wilson's going to catch it. He's going to get down across the 30-yard line to the 28. Good pressure that time by the Cougar defense, but even better execution by Barnum and Wilson.
And that's a senior quarterback right there. He just proved that. He didn't panic as the pressure was coming right into his face, hit the running back out of the backfield on the right side of the formation, and he takes it down for a 1st down.
So the Vikings are 1st and 10 now at the Cougar 28-yard line. Barnum stays in the shotgun as he has all night. Neither quarterback's worked under center. 2 receivers left and right, pistol formation. He's going to go on the handoff to Wilson, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked backwards. He may have lost a half yard on the play.
That's just winning at the line of scrimmage there. The defensive line did their job. They plugged every hole and stood him up. He actually lost a yard on the play.
Yep, stood him up, and I believe that was Eric Huff who came in and cleaned it up and made the tackle for the Cougars. They will lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11 now for the Vikings from the Cougar 29-yard line.
This feels like a play that he's going to look for 81. Standish is the guy right here.
He's in the slot on the left side because there's 2 receivers left and right. Barnum is back looking to throw. He's going to go deep into the end zone looking for his receiver down there. That was Jalen Glass. And I tell you what, we talked about the Cougars should have made a catch. Glass probably should have made that catch there.
He put it was a little bit behind him, but you got to help your quarterback out and make that catch. But he had split a couple of defenders back there at about the 5-yard line. Quarterback was pretty close with that one. That was almost a touchdown.
So it's going to be 3rd down now for the Cougars. Big 3rd down play here for the Cougar defense and the Viking offense. It's going to be 3rd and 11 from the Cougar 29-yard line. Vikings are in field goal range. We found that out earlier. Barnum looking to throw. He's going to go across the middle. He's going to overthrow everybody, so it's going to set up 4th down 11, and we're going to have a flag on the play.
Oh, that was late.
Very late.
Very late.
And I didn't think that it was even catchable, so. The referee made the call the other way, but now he's going to turn and make it this way. I guess that's going to be a Cozy Outfitters penalty, and it's going to go against the Cougars, it looks like.
Called pass interference. Just didn't see that.
Me either.
I tell you, Warren Central has received several breaks to keep this drive alive.
Yes, they have. We've already seen a couple of penalties really cost the Cougars tonight. Hopefully this one won't, but it does keep this drive alive. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 now, Vikings at the Cougar 15-yard line. Barnum from the shotgun going to go on the jet sweep to Wilson around the left side. He's going to get down close to the 10-yard line. He'll pick up about 5 yards. It'll set up 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. I think the Cougars have a player experiencing a little cramps over there.
Looks like Monty Williams struggling over there on the 13-yard line with some cramps, but looks like he's going to be replaced by 32, Michael McLeod.
Well, this is a night for a crowd. I'm telling you,
It is.
It's not that it's that hot, but it is very, very humid down there tonight.
Very thick.
Clock ticking down now to 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Cougars up by 7 as the Vikings are working down at the Cougar 10-yard line. Barnum's going to go on the quarterback draw, and he's going to be hit just as he crosses the line of scrimmage and knocked backwards. They'll give him 2 yards of forward progress. It's going to set up 3rd and 3 Vikings.
Saw enough of that play in the first half. They adjusted well. 3rd down and about 3 on the play.
That was Justin Johnson and company for the Cougar defense on the tackle there. He wasn't the only one. There was about 5 black jerseys. I think the Cougars finally figured that play out. We do have enough time for at least one more play here in the third quarter. Vikings could wait and run it in the fourth quarter if they wanted to. Looks like they're not going to. Barnum's going to stay and work out of the shotgun. So he'll stack 3 receivers to his right. He'll put 1 to his left. Clock down now inside of 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Puts a man in motion from right to left. He's going to go on the handoff to Wilson. He's going to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage. We're going to have a flag on the play.
It's going to be a hold there, I believe. Could have called it on 2 different players.
I'm hoping that is. So the question is, do the Cougars take 4th down or do you take the penalty? Take the penalty. I think we're going to have an untimed down here to end the third quarter.
Yeah, he did. He called 2 holding penalties. Those were the 2 that I saw. They declined 1. Looks like they're going to accept the other one.
Just what the Cougars needed was an extra play on defense. So they'll step off the 10-yard penalty. It's a spot foul. And that is going to end the third quarter. So at the end of the third quarter, your score, Northwest Rankin 31, Warren Central 24. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got a good one coming. It's Northwest Rankin. You're watching Northwest Rankin football here on Cougar Broadcast.
Beal will work from the shotgun. Or rather, Holiday works from the shotgun with Beal to his left. And he's going to give it to Cedric Beal. He'll break a tackle, cuts it back to the other side, fights his way, stays on his feet down to the 30-yard line, very close to another first down.
Great run by Cedric Beal. But
he runs so low and's got such great balance.
But that's a tired Clinton defense out there. Missed tackle in the backfield. Madison Central dominating time of possession here in this ball game.
It may be time for a dose of Sherman Holmes right here. Jaguars have it second and about 2 to go from the Clinton 31. Clock rolling with 7:57, 8 on the play clock. Jaguars need to hurry. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holiday snaps it just at the marker. Runs it off the left side. Fights his way down. Flags are coming in. The Jaguars are going to be guilty of holding. And that was a good call. They spun down the defensive end, trying to seal that side, and this one will come back.
See where they mark it off from.
They had spun around one of the defensive ends. It'll be holding against the Jaguars, and they'll back them up here. So what was second and short will be second and about 10 to go.
A mark from the spotted infraction.
It'll be exactly 10 yards to go. Second and 10. The line of scrimmage is the Clinton 38-yard line.
Play clock just started.
Just after 9 o'clock here, WFMN, Flora Jackson, Super Talk, Mississippi, 97.3. And also on the stream at mcbigblue.com. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Holiday with Beal in the backfield.
Corey Wilson. So on 2 extra plays and another Cozy Outfitters flag on the play. This will be 3 Cozy Outfitters penalty in a row.
That's going to be an illegal motion against Warren Central, and that will negate the touchdown.
So take those 6 points off the board. Would have made it 31-30. Instead, it remains 31-24.
That was a really
and
nice
we'll have
pass.
another untimed down.
That was a really nice
yes,
pass,
it was.
though. He
and a
threw
nice
it.
catch.
He had a defender behind him and a defender in front. He lofted it over the front one and dropped it into the receiver. That was a pretty nice throw from a quarterback that is known more for his running of the football.
And Wilson did a good job of going up and catching that ball at its highest point,
did.
coming down with the catch. So it's going to be 3rd down and 11 now for the Vikings. Wilson, for the first time, is going to go under center. It's going to be the double pass, but it's going to be intercepted by the Cougars across the way. And the Cougars are going to go down there at the 11-yard line. So the Cougars get the Tony Young performance gear forced turnover, and that's finally going to end the 3rd quarter. Finally. So now we're going to take a break at the end of the 3rd quarter and bring you the 4th quarter. You're watching Northwest Rankin football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
Accidents aren't planned. Mississippi Sports Medicine Orthopedic Urgent Care.
.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Morgan drops back, looks down the field, the pressure's on. Rolls away from one, rolls away from another one, and scampers out of bounds. It's going to be a loss on the play. The pressure was put on by big number 99, Travis, and number 51, Dennis. So the loss of 3, so it's going to be second down and 13. Ball back at the 18-yard line.
10-yard line, 90 yards to go.
So 1st and 10, Cougars from their own 10-yard line. They go on the handoff to D. Baker around the right side. He breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage. He goes out of bounds across the way at about the 15-yard line. So a good 5-yard pickup on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 5 Cougars.
D. Baker was thinking about that first half when he took it the distance as well from there, that same exact spot.
You know, right here, you want a long drive by the Cougars to give this Cougar defense some rest. What you also want to do right here, you want to stretch this lead to more than 7 and make it more than a one-score ball game. That could be big here because both these teams are getting tired. If the Cougars could somehow score here, it might be just what they needed. So, Jones working from the shotgun is going to go on the handoff again to D. Baker up the middle. He breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and he barrels across the 20-yard line.
I believe that was Cameron
Carroll.
It was
Cameron Carroll.
It was
Carroll. I thought I saw Cameron come out of the ball game, but he didn't.
He broke that over the right side, and that's about as much room as he's had to roam all night long.
Absolutely. So big 1st down run there by Cameron Carroll, and that's a bank plus 1st down for the Cougars. So Jamari Jones is going to stay in the pistol formation for the Cougars. He's going to go on the handoff again to Carroll, and he's got running room off the left side this time. And he's going to go forward to about the 30-yard line. About 8 yards, it'll bring up 2nd, too. Just what the Cougars want to do right there.
Like
7, 8 yards at a time.
That's it. I like that, and Cameron Carroll starting to find some space. And looks to me a little bit like Warren Central's not wanting to tackle that 225 pounds coming at you right now.
And if you're the Cougars and you got a 7-point lead, the best thing right now, too, is that clock's running.
Clock is running.
Pistol formation again for the Cougars. Jones is going to go on the pass this time. He's going to hit Carson Banks across the middle. only going to be about a 5-yard gain, but on 2nd and 2, that's enough for a bank plus first down for the Cougars.
And I like that play. You designed that with the eyes being focused on 16 and 23, and then you sneak Carson Banks from his slot position right over the middle and pick up the first down. That's a pretty easy throw and catch.
So Jamari Jones stays working out of the pistol for the Cougars. He's going to go on the handoff to D. Baker, who breaks a tackle in the backfield and then squirts across the line of scrimmage and picks up a quick 7 yards, 6, 7. It's going to be 7 yards, but it looks like he might lose a couple. It'll be 2nd and 3 Cougars.
It looked like he was trying to take that all the way to the edge on the left side, but he saw something back up the middle of the field, planted that left foot in the ground, and took it right back up the hash and picked up about 8 on the play.
D. Baker's as quick as anybody you want to see in high school football, too.
Incredibly quick.
Well, if he sees an opening, he's gone before you know it. Pistol formation again for Jones. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Now Baker's going to go in motion from left to right, and they're going to go on the handoff up the middle.
I believe that was 25, P.J. Lindsey.
P.J. Lindsey on the carry for the Cougars as Cameron Carroll was getting a bit of a breather. And that is going to be another bank plus first down for the Cougars. I think this is the first time tonight we've got 3 first downs right in a row. Not that the Cougars offense hasn't been producing, but they usually score before they can get 3 bank plus first downs. Now it looks like we're going to have timeout by, I think it's called by the referees. I'm not sure why or what's going on there. It is called by the we've got
must be an equipment issue with Walt Hobson. He's going off the field and being replaced.
Yeah, so they're going to bring him off the field. Was a referee timeout. Now they'll run the clock again. Clock down now to 9:45 to go in the ball game. It's Northwest ranked at 31, Warren Central 24.
Looks like he may have blood on his uniform.
That's what I was wondering.
They're cleaning him off right now. You can see it.
So the Cougars on 1st and 10, going to go on the handoff to Cameron Carroll. He's running hard up the middle. It'll be a hard 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Cougars.
What a luxury to have that big back in there when you're trying to protect a lead and you're just grinding away. He just leans forward and picks up 4 or 5 on that play.
And have him fresh here in the 4th quarter.
Yes.
He's had, maybe 10 carries so far in the game? He's got a lot of carries left in him.
Where last week he carried it 27 times.
Right. Again, pistol for the Cougars. Again, they go on the handoff to Carroll. This time he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked back. It's like with the mark, he's going to lose a couple of yards. So now it's going to set up 3rd down and 7. It'll be a CIA Autoplex 3rd down for the Cougars and a big 3rd down here for the Cougar offense.
That was 34. Keontae Lumpkin came from his linebacker position and put all of his 195 pounds right into the gut of Cameron Carroll. And now there he goes
the
again.
Vikings trying to get Walt Hobson back on the field, and the referees send him back off and say, whatever, where there's blood or whatever, they said, that ain't enough. You got to get that off.
He's definitely having some uniform issues.
And I don't even see him trying to work on whatever it is. You would think if they want to get him on the field, somebody would be over there working on it right now. 3rd and 7 for the Cougars. Jones is going to go on the pass, and Gladney looks like was hit early there, and the Cougar crowd thinks the same thing, but no flags from the referees.
Looked to me from my spot, looked like he was hit a little early from here.
So the Cougars fail to convert the CIA Autoplex 3rd down. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7 now. Houston Smith on the punt now for Northwest Rankin. He'll stand at his 36, punt from about the 38. I think that's Standish back to receive the punt for the Vikings. And they're going to hit Smith, and we're going to have a flag on the play after a good punt. The question, Jay, is this going to be
the 5 or the 15?
Exactly. You know, if it's only the 5, I'm not sure you take the punt and pin Warren Central down deep. I'm not sure.
It is the 5 yard.
It is the 5.
It's going to be running into.
Coach Collins doesn't like that either.
He doesn't like that either.
And I know he wants to take the penalty, but I think you pin Warren Central back to the 10-yard line, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So they're going to – the Cozy Outfitters penalty is going to be declined by the Cougars. And instead, they'll let Warren Central take it 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line with 8:20 to go in the ball game. Cougars up by a score of 31-24. Again, that tired Cougar defense comes back out on the field. But offense they picked up 3 bank plus first downs
They
on that
did.
drive right there. They gave them a little bit of a breather there. Now they just got to suck it up for 8 minutes.
Yes. Got to make tackles. Focus and make tackles.
If you could get a big turnover right here, that's really what you want to do. Not sure what's going on there. It's not a timeout, but the referees are allowing the Warren Central offense to treat it like a timeout.
All of a sudden, second half, the referees have struggled.
Yes, they have.
They have really struggled.
Now they're sending the Cougar defense to the sideline. Not sure why. It's like they said, well, we let them have some extra time, so y'all go over there and we're going to let you have some extra time too, so it's even. Confusion all around. Now we're set to go. Barnum still working at quarterback for the Vikings. He's going to go on the handoff on the end around to Corey Wilson. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on the play. He'll set up 2nd down and 5 for the Vikings.
Corey Wilson's a good football player. I have enjoyed watching him, saw a lot of the tape on him this week, and they use him in a lot of different capacities. He runs that jet sweep. They throw it to him a lot, but just a good football player.
Yes, he is. I agree. Barnum stays in the shotgun on 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. He's going to go on the pass to Wilson out of the backfield. He's going to get enough for a first down. He's going to drive down across the 25 to, looks like, to about the 27. It's going to be 1st and 10 Vikings from their own 27-yard line.
And he's feeling it right now, so I'm guessing they're going to continue to feed him right now. He's picking up big yardage whenever he touches the football.
Yes, he is. Barnum out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Tight end set to the right side. They're going to go on the jet sweep to that side to Funches. He's going to have to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage as he was tackled there by a host of Cougars.
14, Bryce Bowling looked to be the first to get there and send him back toward the middle. He wound up getting at least an arm in on that tackle. Cougars, a great job of pursuit. 2nd down, 9.
Yep, going to give him a yard gain on the play as he fought forward. As we tick down now inside of 7 minutes to go in the game. Again, Cougars up by a touchdown. Barnum working at quarterback is going to set 3 receivers now to the right. He's going to put Wilson in motion from left to right. And he's going to go on the quarterback keeper up the middle. He's going to be hit and dropped there by the Cougars at the 35-yard line. It's going to set up 3rd down and about 3 for the Vikings.
It's kind of his turn to carry the football. He'd kind of gotten a little lonely back there. He had handed it off to 6, handed it off to 22, and it was kind of his turn to carry the football. 3rd down and about 3.
Yep, big 3rd down here for the Cougar defense.
I'd watch for the same play again.
I was thinking it's just like you. See if Barnum keeps it. Barnum's working out of the shotgun. He's looking to throw. He's going to go across the middle. It's tipped up in the air. It's going to be intercepted and dropped by the Cougars. It was intercepted for a minute. That was number 45 for the Cougars. That was J.Q. Haynes. He just couldn't hold on, Jay. That's why he plays defense.
That's it. That's it. Looked like 2 Antonio Washington had the coverage, and he got a hand in there and popped that ball up in the air, and we talked about it earlier in the first half. That's generally when that ball gets tipped up in the air, it turns into tip drill, and somebody picks it off.
Yep.
But J.Q. Haynes will watch that on film this week, and he will know that he missed an opportunity.
So the Cougar defense forces a Tony Young performance gear 4th down.
Be careful, don't jump off sides here.
Yes, it's 4th and 3. There's 6:07 left to go in the quarter. I thank Chick-fil-A for sponsoring the 4th quarter here tonight. So 4th and 3. Barnum out of the shotgun. He's going to go on the quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's going to have enough for the first down as he breaks across the 45, and he's going to get it out close to midfield. Looked like there for a second that the Cougars are going to have a chance to get him at the line of scrimmage, and he just squirted through that hole, and next thing you knew, he had 15 yards.
43, Harrison Stewart had him.
Yep. And we're going to take our last heat timeout of the night. So with 6:02 to go in the ball game, it's Northwest Rankin 31, Warren Central 24. We'll be back with more 4th quarter action in just a moment. You're watching Northwest Rankin football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
That's pick number 4, Young again. Italiano. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the kick is good. So with 6:17 remaining here in the contest from Tiger Stadium, it's the Titans of Ridgeland 38, the Tigers of Kenton 17. The second half has been all Ridgeland all the time. Another, this time he didn't take it as long.
Here, third or second down 10. So second 10 now for the Vikings. Cougar defense has played a lot of football tonight. And they're on the field now, second 10 for the Vikings from midfield. Barnum from the shotgun is going to go on the jet sweep to Corey Wilson around the left side. He's going to pick up 8 yards, but not enough for a first down. On the tackle was Bryce Bowling.
I tell you, the Cougars are going to see Wilson running around that edge on the jet sweep in their sleep tonight.
But, you know, just as soon as you go and you play that, you get Barnum just going straight up the middle.
That's it. And here it comes again, because I believe Wilson just ran off the field.
So Barnum's going to work out of the shotgun. He's going to stack 3 receivers to his right. Hard count tries to get the Cougar defense to jump off sides, but Cougar defense not buying it. It's third down to short 2. And now we're going to have a timeout by Warren Central. So with that timeout, we'll take a break. There's 5:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's Northwest Rankin 31, Warren Central 24. We'll be back with this third down play in just a moment. You're watching Northwest Rankin football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
What were you trying to put it through here?
Guys, here's number 1, Robertson again, trying to find a little daylight. He's still running. That's the way you fight. Showtime said he will not give up. The ball is down. Going to fight to the end. Good time by Antoine Showtime Robertson.
Welcome back to Northwest Rankin football. It's third down and 2 for the Warren Central Vikings at the Cougar 42-yard line. Fred Barnum from the shotgun is going to go on the quarterback keeper up the middle. And Fred Barnum in a cloud of dust is going to pick up 3 yards. And it's going to be first and 10, Warren Central at the Cougar 39-yard line.
You can look at that Cougar defense right now. They are worn out.
Very tired. This drive started way back at the 10-yard line. Remember, we declined a penalty, if I remember right, for this drive to start on a
lot of hands on hips, a lot of leaning over. Guys just worn out right now.
So Barnum stays in the shotgun. Puts Funchess in motion from left to right. He's going to go on the handoff to Funchess, who turns it up the middle. He's only going to get about a yard on the play.
Here's an interesting score for you. Horn Lake 33, South Panola 14.
We don't hear that very often,
No, you don't. Starkville finished off Provine as well, 42-0.
That was a nice Parks on the tackle for the Cougars. Second down and 9 now for the Vikings. You have to start thinking a little bit about the clock now if you're Warren Central. We're down almost to 4 minutes to go in the ball game. So on second and 9, they're going to go on the quarterback keeper to Barnum. He's going to have nowhere to go. I believe that was
45.
J.Q. Haynes.
J.Q. Haynes wrapped him up for about a 1-yard gain. Madison Central beat Clinton tonight 27-3.
Wow. Big win there for the Jaguars.
Definitely.
And tough loss for the Arrows. You know, we talked about this game always being tough, and, you know, if you lose it, it's hard to go very far into the playoffs every year. That Madison Central Clinton game is their first district game every year, and it's the same way.
It's a tough one, too.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 9. We're going to say no gain on the last play by Barnum. 3rd down and 9 for the Vikings from the Cougar 39-yard line. Barnum looking to throw. It's going to go deep down the right side. It's going to be intercepted by the Cougars. That's going to be a big interception. I believe that's number 2, Antonio Washington for the Cougars.
Hey, they had the double coverage coming that way. He was sliding his coverage that way, spotted that ball, high-pointed it, grabbed it, fell at the 20-yard line. If he's able to stand up,
yeah.
Here's Green in front of him, but the Cougars will take the big turnover.
But, you know, they got Antonio's listed at 5'9", and I believe he had to use all 5'9" to get up and make that play.
Every bit of it. He was fully stretched out.
So that's a Tony Young performance gear turnover and a big turnover for the Cougars as we're inside of 4 minutes to go in the ball game. They're going to go on the handoff to D. Baker, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
That's number 2, Lamar Gray Jr., 6 feet, 185 pounds, and a junior. He had seen enough of D. Baker on that jet sweep as well, and makes him or takes him to the ground. About a 6-yard loss, 7-yard loss on the play.
If you're the Cougars here, though, you want to run every second you can off this clock.
Yes, you do.
We're down clock running out of 2:48 to go in the ball game. Play clock's at 14 seconds. Jones is working from the pistol. He's back looking to throw. He's going to go on the screen. The ball's tipped up in the air. Boy, that was a scary. I like the play. You're trying to go to Cameron Carroll. I didn't like seeing that ball tipped up in the air that deep in our own territory.
Well, they red screen there.
Yes,
as soon as he dropped back, Warren Central red screen, slid out in front of that, and got a paw on it and just about intercepted it about the 10-yard line. Cougars lucky. What I don't like there, clock is stopped.
I was going to say the same thing. That's the bad part. It stops the clock with 2:32 to go now. And we've got a CIA Autoplex 3rd down for the Cougars. This is a big 3rd down right here. The Cougars need to convert on this if they can. Jamari Jones working at quarterback is going to look to throw. He's going to go on the swing pass to D. Baker, and he just dropped it.
And again, the clock stops.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it.
Yes.
It's bad we didn't get the 3rd down, but worse than that, like he says, it stops the clock with 2:28 to go. So the Cougars got the big turnover right there. Not only were they not able to pick up a 1st down, they didn't run a lot of time off the clock.
I'm just not real wild about the 2nd down and the 3rd down play. I really would have liked to see them run the football.
So Houston Smith on now to punt for the Cougars. Cougars need a big punt and a big roll right here. Stand still. There's going to be, I can't even describe it. It's so bad.
High snap.
High snap. Fumbled in the end zone. Warren Central recovers it. It's a 31-30 ball game. Wow. Tough break there for the Cougars. I looked down for just a second, and by the time I looked up, it was all happening, and I just didn't know what to say. There wasn't much you could say right there if you're a Cougar fan.
And it was a bad snap. It was very high, and he tried to come down with it. Ball dropped right at his feet, and he, instead of trying to kick it out of the back of the end zone, he just couldn't recover it.
So on for the point after try, John William Madison, and he converts it. So with 2 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the ball game, this is Northwest Rankin 31, Warren Central 31. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Northwest Rankin football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
Or just a woman. You are athletes. You aren't just athletes. You're a team. You're more than just a team. You're a family. You deserve Mississippi's.
The clock is ticking. 4 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. And again, there goes that man number 4 again. He runs through 2, runs over 1, and still going. Like the Energizer a bunny. Whole quarter has been Young time. Young left, Young right, Young up the middle.
See if Warren Warren Central kicks it deep. We'd love to see what happened right before the half happen again. They take it out to about the 50-yard line. If not, just take it all the way to the end zone. But 2:21 to work with. And the air is out of the Cougar side of the stadium, definitely.
A lot of people sitting down right now. They're going to go on the squib kick again. It's going to be fielded by the Cougars at the 22-yard line. They're going to bring it up the left side. They got good running room across the 35-yard line. We're going to have a flag on the play. That was Jalen Webb, I believe, on the return for the Cougars. See if this flag, who's going to go against. We've got a Cozy Outfitters flag on the play.
So going to call holding against the Cougars. It's like that's going to be marked off from about the 39-yard line.
You'd like to start it closer. We're going to be right at the 40. Instead, we're going to be right at the 30. It's going to be 1st and 10 Cougars from there on 29-yard line. You know the way the Cougars have scored tonight? 2:14 on the clock. That's plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. But they need to get refocused on offense. That was a bad possession, the last one they just had.
Jamari Jones is going to work out of the pistol for the Cougars. He's going to put D. Baker in motion to his right. He's going to look to go across the middle, and he's going to have Jamari.
That was Jarian Jones on the catch.
Be confused there. Jamari to Jarian. Jones to Jones. Enough for a bank plus first down. The Cougars in business now at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like
they're going to say
that's what I saw.
Yeah, they're going to spot him at the 40-yard line. That's what that timeout was for. He had plenty of time. Just now ticking inside of 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Jones stays in the shotgun. Kenny puts Baker in motion to his left, and he's going to go on the handoff to Cameron Carroll up the middle. He's going to be hit by a host of white jerseys, and Warren Central still keying on Cameron Carroll. He gets about a half a yard.
For the most part, they've just bottled him up tonight. He had one drive where he was pretty effective carrying the ball, but it looks like they're going to have to throw the football if they're going to win this football game.
So 2nd down and 9 for the Cougars. Jones back looking to throw. He's going to go to Cameron Carroll out on the right side. He breaks the tackle. He gets across the 45-yard line. He's going to step out of bounds just shy of midfield. They're going to put him out at the 48-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 2, and we're going to have a CIA Autoplex 3rd down try for the Cougars.
Tried so hard to keep his balance, but he continued to get pushed toward the sideline and just stepped out about the 48-yard line. Couple of yards they need to pick up the first down.
Clock stopped at the minute 24 to go. Big 3rd down play here for the Cougars. They're going to go on the handoff to D. Baker, who's going to try to get around the left side. He's going to get around it. He's going to get down across the 45-yard line. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 42. Big conversion there, and it's a bank plus first down for the Cougars, and they're in Viking territory.
I like his patience on that play. He wanted to turn the football up the field a little bit quicker, but went on and used his speed to get all the way to the edge to ensure the fact that he picked up the first down.
Stayed behind those friendly black jerseys.
He did.
So Jamari Jones again working at quarterback for the Cougars. 1:18 now to go in the ball game. Jones back looking to throw. He's going to be hit as he threw the ball. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. Big hit there coming from his blind side. That was DeMonte Stamps for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's 6 feet, 201 pounds, drilling you right in the back. And he had an open receiver. He saw, he was trying to get it there, but looks like there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, that was the field judge on the other side. He came from 30 yards back. I'm not sure what he saw or what's going on there. I don't see.
I've had a question about that a few times tonight.
Yeah. You would think this is a Cozy Outfitters flag, but I don't see a flag anywhere.
It looks like it's a sideline warning against Warren Central. So that's just a warning, so no penalty will be marked off.
Just a warning. Clock stopped with 1:14 to go. Luckily, Jamari's arm is moving forward, so that was just an incomplete pass and not a fumble. It's going to set up 2nd down and 10 now for the Cougars. They're at the Warren Central 42-yard line. You would think, Jay, you want to get at least a good 20 yards here before you even think about
definitely
converting a field goal. any score by any team will win it.
I just don't understand what they're talking about.
Me either. But with this crew tonight, I'm not surprised.
They have had a difficult second half.
Now they're going to come over and talk with Coach Collins. And another long conversation from the referee. Folks, we wish we could tell you what's going on. We honestly don't. And it looks like it is going to be I'm not sure what that penalty was, but they called it against the Cougars. Not sure. I thought it was sideline interference, but how did that
came
that
from
penalty
the other
came from
side
the
of
other
the
side.
field? I have no idea.
Well, if anybody can figure that one out, please let us know. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 now for the Cougars after the Cozy Outfitters penalty flag. Jones looking to throw. He's got plenty of time. He's dancing around in the backfield, and he's just going to, I think, get rid of that.
He did the smart thing. He just threw that deep.
Because Stamps was breathing down his neck once again. And again, we got another Cozy Outfitters flag from the same field judge on the other side, and this time the Cougars are clapping, so maybe this one's going to go the Cougars' way.
Yeah, and you hate to see this. This is one of those things where the referees have taken over the second half of the football game.
That's a shame after such a great, ball game.
These are two really good football teams, and let them decide it out on the field themselves. It's just been really crazy, the number of flags.
So that Cozy Outfitters flag goes the Cougars' way, and it's going to put the ball all the way down to the 32-yard line. And that's going to be enough for a bank plus first down. So that's a big penalty right there, Jay. Big penalty. We're 1:07 left to go in the ball game, and now the Cougars are getting real close to field goal range. Jamari Jackson's going to stay in that pistol formation. He's going to put D. Baker in motion to his right. He's going to go on the handoff to Cameron Carroll, but before we can get it going, referee's going to blow the whistle again. Maybe we should put uniforms on the referees and helmets and stuff and let them play.
All I know is Cozy Outfitters is doing really well. I tell you, they are doing well tonight.
So another Cozy Outfitters flag on the play, and this time it's going to be a false start for the Cougars. It's going to back it up 5 yards. So it'll make it first down at 15. It'll back it up to the 38-yard line.
I'm worn out.
Yeah, me too.
I hadn't played it down.
Yeah. 3 seconds ticked off the clock. 1:04 left to go. So Jamari Jones looks into the sideline for the play. Out of the pistol, 2 receivers right, 1 left. D. Baker in motion now to his right. He's going to go on the handoff to Cameron Carroll. He's got running room around the left side. They're going to say he went out of bounds just across the 30-yard line, I believe. Hard to see. Looks like they're going to mark him at about the 28. So he got the penalty yardage back plus by about 4.
Looks like Warren Central is going to take a timeout.
So that timeout, we're going to take a break. There's 59 seconds to go in the ball game. It's Warren Central 31, Northwest Rankin 31. You're watching Northwest Rankin football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
Accidents aren't planned. Mississippi Sports Medicine Orthopedic Urgent Care. You're in, you're out. You're better.
Welcome back to Northwest Rankin football. We're here on the campus of Northwest Rankin High School at Cougar Field. We've got 59 seconds to go in a great Region 2-6A and top 10 matchup, Jay. It's 31-31. Now we just need to know what's going to happen the rest of the way.
Yes.
The good thing for the Cougars, though, is they have the ball right now. They're going to be second down. Looks like second down at about 7. They're at the Vikings' 29-yard line. Jamari Jackson, who started the game at quarterback for the Cougars, and he's went to work out of the pistol formation. He's going to set two receivers right, one to his left. Jones is looking to throw. He's going to go on the little swing pass to Cameron Carroll, who's got running room on the left side. He's down across the 20-yard line, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. I think he's going to have enough for the first. No, they're going to say he stepped out back at the 25. So we got a good gain on the play.
And he must have stepped out there because the coaches aren't going crazy. That's what I was looking for, because he was down about the 20-yard line, and he was still high-stepping as he was trying to run over somebody else.
And he jumped over a defender out there, and I wondered when he came down how close he was. But it's going to set up a CIA autoplex third down for the Cougars. It's going to be third down and about, we're going to call it a short 3. Jones looking to throw. He's going to go deep down the right. Touchdown! Touchdown Cougars with 48 seconds to go in the game.
And that was well covered. That was a beautifully thrown football. Defender was right where he needed to be on the play, but a lot of credit to Jamari Jones there as he dropped that one in beautifully to Montel Gladney.
We got on Montel a little bit earlier about dropping a pass, but I tell you what, that was a great catch right there, Jay, and it puts the Cougars on top with 48 seconds to go. Only thing, if you're a Cougar fan, you wish that was about 8 seconds instead of 48.
No doubt.
So Josh Rand on now for the point after try. It's a low snap, but the Cougars get it down, and we've got whistles on the play. Got a Cozy Outfitters flag, and I believe that was whistled before the snap. Now we'll patiently wait for the referees again to see who this Cozy Outfitters penalty is against. Well, the good thing is the longer the referees take, the more rest our defense gets. They got 48 more seconds to play. It's going to be offsides on Warren Central. So they'll move this half the distance to the goal. The Cougars will attempt the point after try again. Houston Smith will provide the hold for the Cougars. Anthony Stapika, the snap. Josh Rand, the kick.
They're trying to jump the snap.
Yep. This time I think we're going to have a false start against Cougars. We are. Looking like a couple of guys jumped. And like you said, the Warren Central's jumping on the other side, and that's got our guys kind of jumpy. So to me, what you want to do right here, if you're the Cougars, just snap it.
That's right.
As soon as everybody gets set, snap it. Get it over with. Still well within the distance of Josh Rand. Big point after try, though. As we know, these teams who score in a hurry, 48 seconds is plenty of time for Warren Central to score, so this could be a big point after try. This one will come from 25 yards out now after the penalty. Good snap, good hold, kicks up, and it's good. So with 48 seconds to go, we'll keep it right here. It's Northwest Rankin 38, Warren Central 31. That was a Shane Tapper Shelter Insurance point after for the Cougars. And it'll set up the Shane Tapper Shelter Insurance kickoff. So if you're the Cougars, I suspect right here it's going to be another one of those squib kicks or either the high short kick. We're trying to get them to call a fair catch.
Yeah, you don't want to kick it to the deep guys.
Deep, that's right.
Definitely don't want to do that unless you're absolutely sure you're going to kick it into the end zone.
Yeah.
And so far we haven't done that this evening.
Kicking off will be Gavin Godan for the Cougars. And it's the Shane Tapper Shelter Insurance kickoff for Northwest Rankin. Gavin Godan will kick from his own 40-yard line. It will be the squib kick for the Cougars. It'll be fielded at the 20-yard line by the Vikings. I believe that was Wilson on the return. He's going to get back up to about the 32 or 33-yard line where the Vikings will be 1st and 10 to go. They're down by a touchdown. They got 41 seconds to go.
And this is where you make sure your safeties are deep, 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 and you don't let anything get over the top.
And if I've lost track of timeouts, but I know Warren Central's called at least 2. The most they have is 1. They either have 1 or none. I'm not sure they have any because I want to say they called 1 in the 3rd quarter and they called a couple a minute ago.
I think you're right. I don't think there's anything left. Somebody find Standish, number 81.
That's right.
Because they're going to be looking for him.
Barnum still working at quarterback for the Vikings. He's going to go across the middle, and he's going to have Wilson. He's got good running room. He's up close to midfield. He's going to be across midfield before he's drugged out of bounds by the Cougars. That was number 44, Harrison Tharp. But a big play there on 1st down for the Vikings, and they got out of bounds, and they're in Cougar territory now. 1st and 10 at the Cougar 49-yard line. Clock down to 31 seconds to go in the game. So you probably got a good 3-4 plays here, depending on if you can get out of bounds or not. Fred Barnum, the quarterback. Going to roll to his left and look to throw. Gets a nice throw away, and he's going to have, guess who, Standish. Down at the 35, 36-yard line. And Standish is going to get out of bounds. And Standish comes up. He's limping, Jay.
And looks like he's got a brace on that left leg anyway.
Yeah, but he's limping on the other leg, it looks like.
He's a wounded guy here this evening.
Clock's running, low snap, but Barnum picks it up, rolls it to his right, and gets the throw. And he's going to get it to Funches. He breaks the tackle. He's down inside the 20-yard line. He's going to be knocked down inside the 15, down to the 13. The Vikings are going to be 1st and 10 at the Cougar 13-yard line. There's only 8 seconds left to go now in the ball game.
You can just see this defense is just worn out. You can see it definitely on this possession.
So this could be the ball game right here as we only have 8 seconds to go. Warren Central is 1st and 10 at the Cougar 13-yard line. Fred Barnum working out of the pistol formation. He's got 2 receivers left and 2 right. You about got to throw in the end zone. Barnum back looking to throw. He gets pressure from the Cougars. He throws the ball away. I believe that's going to be an incomplete pass. And there's 3 seconds to go in the ball game. Cougars wanted it to be a fumble, but it wasn't a fumble.
Sort of just a little shovel
exactly.
Forward. And there was a receiver close by, but it was thrown so short. He was just trying to make sure he had 1 play left.
Actually, if you're the Cougars, you want that receiver to catch it, and you tackle him.
Right there.
So this should be the last play of the ball game, barring no penalties. There's 3 seconds to go. The 2nd down and 10 Vikings at the Cougar 13. The down and distance really doesn't matter. So like I said, there's only 3 seconds to go in the ball game, so they got 13 yards to go to score. Barnum will stay in the shotgun. And we're going to have a timeout by the Cougars. We're going to keep it right here, though, Jay. This is a ball game right here.
This is it. It's been a fun one.
It has been
a fun football game.
I'm worn out, but it's been a fun game.
I'm with you. I am worn out. Hadn't played it down.
That's right.
But it is, from our perspective here high above Cougar Field, it's been 2 pretty good football teams. I do hate the fact that the second half has been kind of manhandled by the referees.
Yeah,
I hate that part.
Yes, they could have. Not saying that some of those weren't penalties or whatever, but just your mechanics and all should be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean they've just taken forever to decide on some of these calls, and it's just it's been really difficult tonight in the second half.
And boy, it's a hot, humid night down there. I mean, this is going to take a lot out of these guys.
And you're just trying right now for the defense, just summon all the energy you got left for 1 play.
You got your 11 best guys out there and say, just give me 1, guys. Give me 1
play.
All right, so here we go. 3 seconds to go in the ball game. Vikings at the Cougar 13-yard line. Barnum's going to stay in the shotgun. He's going to put 3 receivers to his left. H-back Wilson set to the right. Barnum back looking to throw. He's got time. He's going to run up the middle. He's going to try to throw to Funches. It's going to go incomplete. And there's zeros on the clock. Jay, that's going to be the ball game. The Cougars are going to pull it off. It's going to be Northwest Rankin 38, Warren Central 31. That's going to be your final. Boy, what a big win for the Cougars.
It is. That is a huge win to start region play. Last week they end a 5-game losing streak to Brandon. Here tonight they finish off a 5-game losing streak, and now they've started a streak of their own against Warren Central and Brandon.
So in the 5th game of the season, you drop off a couple of 5s. That's pretty good right there.
Definitely.
So big win for the Cougars. Like we said, it took a lot out, especially this Cougar defense. But it'll be a lot easier to come back next week and get ready after getting a win versus if they had lost this at the end tonight.
And they've played so many really good teams. You've got to go to Starkville next week. We'll talk about that in a little while. But they've played a #1 Pearl team. They've played a pretty good Brandon team. They've in Warren Central here this evening. So they are big game tested now. So that's just big for the coaching staff. I love this. This part has been so cool to see them come over and celebrate right in front of the student section. That 12th man is big time. They are huge. One of the best student sections in the whole state of Mississippi right there. They get into it. I love the fact the players, now they're huddling up around Coach Collins. But they'll come back over here and they'll celebrate. Right. Absolutely. With the student body.
And they should. So with that, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back with our post game. Your final score, Northwest Rankin 31, Northwest Rankin 38, Warren Central 31. We'll be back with our post game in just a moment. You're watching Northwest Rankin football here on Cougar Broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Dr. David Mitchell with Mitchell Dental Clinic in Flowood. We're excited to announce our partnership with Cougar Athletics for the 2017 season, and we'd like for you to join our team. Just give us a call, we'll make it super easy for you. We can't wait to see you.
Go Cougars!
Let's face it, you expect your healthcare provider to be more than just educated and compassionate. You want them to be available.
So you've just seen Northwest Rankin defeat Warren Central 38-31 in a really exciting ball game, back and forth, and these two teams will possibly meet again sometime later in the playoffs. Northwest Rankin able to get a huge win to start division play, and the number 8 Cougars end up knocking off the number 5 Vikings. So Warren Central played really well and gave themselves a chance at the very end, but just could not get into the end zone. Another couple of games that we had on the app tonight. Madison Central all over Clinton 27-3. They remain unbeaten and will continue to be among the top teams inside the state of Mississippi. Some other games in there as well. Meridian able to knock off Jim Hill. Ridgeland gets a big win as well. And those two teams obviously in good shape. Vicksburg and Germantown we had tonight. Simpson Academy ended up knocking off East Rankin in big fashion as well. So another Friday night has come to a close. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope that you will join us again next week. Remember, you can download the High School Football Network app for free in the iTunes store. Get a lot of great information on the top 50 prospects that we have ranked in the state of Mississippi, information on them with Scouts Take, as well as where at the moment they have their recruiting interest. We'll be back again next week, Friday night. We hope you tune in again for the High School Football Network Blue Zone. Good night.